baseball state championship coverage in the 4A classification presented by UCCU on KSL Sports and presented on the Fan Sports Network on the simulcast by our friends at The Boulevard, making your house more like home for over 50 years. We got a Region 9 rivalry game coming up next here, and we are live at Bruce Hurst Field. Yesterday, the Dixie Flyers, the 6th seed, upset the 3 seed Ridgeline 8-2. Meanwhile, Snow Canyon took care of business yesterday against Bear River 10-7. So here on the championship side of the bracket, it's Snow Canyon and Dixie. Glad you're with us. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Caden Formaster here inside of our pregame show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. And guys, not hard for us living and broadcasting on the Fan Sports Network here in St. George to get excited about this game in what is a rematch of last year's 4A title game up at Salt Lake Community College, in which Snow Canyon won the best-of-3 series in 2 games and dogpiled on the mound. Dixie has not forgotten that, and they would love a little payback here in 2025. It's the 2 seed versus the 6 seed, and, of course, this is not an elimination game. Those were this morning. Now we're into the championship side, and both these teams are undefeated going into your Tuesday night. How about the Flyers and the Warriors? Let's play some baseball.
That's right. As this series in the state final last year was captivating. As you mentioned, the Warriors took it in 2, but it was a much closer series than that 2-game sweep led on. And now vastly different teams, graduations, players departing and heading to Utah Tech, some of them, and some to other colleges. But now we've got vastly different groups than the teams that squared off last year, but we're in for the same type of fireworks. I think this one's going to be a great game. It's going to be super fun to watch, and we're going to see some highly competitive baseball.
Caden, you and I think it was you and I, or maybe it was me and Paul, we did this first game back on March 26th, and we were shocked at Snow Canyon High School the way that Snow Canyon hit Jake Andreas. Dewey Gibb got the win that day. They chased Dixie for 10 runs in the first. It was Chunter Nyberg's first ever region game as the new head coach of the Flyer baseball program, taking over for Danny Ibsen. And it was a 13-1, 5-run Mercy Rule win. But then you scroll forward to 2 nights later, Dixie gets payback, and Ethan MacArthur on the bump, and the Flyers win 7-1. So these two teams split their head-to-head series. Interestingly enough, Dewey Gibb, who won against Dixie, he's on the mound tonight. And Ethan MacArthur, who pitched well this season, he's going to get the ball. It won't be Carson Hunt. It'll be Ethan MacArthur on the mound for the Flyers.
Yeah, this is again, classic matchup. These two teams have had some really good battles, but again, they did have that one earlier in the year where it looked a little lopsided. This is a different Dixie team than we saw in that first series, so the fact that they're matching up now, it's kind of like a clean slate for both of these teams. I think you can expect the unexpected here this afternoon.
We just saw Ridgeline earlier today winning. They knock out Bear River, so Bear River, their tournament run is over. And moments ago, the number 1 overall seed who lost to Crimson last night, they bounced back. Desert Hills 14-1 over Park City. So Park City's tournament is over, and Desert Hills and Ridgeline are moving on to tomorrow. They got to wait until these afternoon and the evening games play out to see what the matchups will be. But in the meantime, big on a Tuesday, if you can win and stay on that winner side of the bracket. Obviously a true double elimination tournament, so you do not want to drop down, and that keeps all your top pitching in line as we go further into the week.
Yeah, you want to just be able to go through innings much like Andrew Wiley we saw in the Desert Hills game just the game before. He just got so many 1-pitch, 2-pitch at-bats and easy outs, pop flies, weak contact. That's what you want to keep the stress on your pitchers low and the amount of pitches thrown low. You want to keep these innings short. You want to try and pitch to contact, and I think both these pitchers capable of doing that. We'll just see how the defense behind them plays today.
Caden, what are you excited most about this? Is it the newest coach in Region 9 against the longest tenured coach in Region 9? Coach Sechrist, 5 state championship rings at Snow Canyon. He could fill up his hand with all his titles. And then Chunter Nyberg, who won a title as a player and is now taking over at his alma mater. What do you think about the coaching matchup today?
Coaching matchup's fun. I mean, anytime that you see kind of the future of what Region 9 is going to be, as well as the history of what Region 9 has been over the last 20 seasons of baseball. Coach Sechrist is a phenomenal coach. He's still, obviously, they were winning championships. They won one last year. So it's not like he's slowing down at all. But I do think the future is bright for this Dixie Flyer team and for Coach Nyberg as well. So I think that this is absolutely, as we're getting the coaches meeting at the mound coming up here right now, so good timing to bring up this conversation. I think this is a fun coaching battle as well.
All right, guys will be here. We're excited. We're bringing it to you. We'll paint the picture on radio. We'll deliver you the video here. And Chandler Nyberg and Reed MacArthur on cue go to the meeting at the plate like you just referenced. And let's take a look at the keys to the game, Paulie. What's going to be important first for the Dixie Flyers? What's going to be the difference if they win this game in your estimation?
I think they're going to have to limit the lineup of the Snow Canyon Warriors. When you look at Cale Johnson, Diesel Lee, Dewey Gibb, Andrew Lyon, Cade Kelsch, Mugavero, even late in the lineup, was turning it over to the top so well. And even my Finlay Subaru star of the game from last game, Ledger Ship. There's just so many big bats and tough at-bats to navigate for a pitcher. So I think that they're going to have to control the lineup, control the ability to just move the line and keep the line moving with that Snow Canyon lineup that is just so potent. That'd be my key for the Dixie Flyers.
Caden, Snow Canyon, what do you think is important today? Dewey Gibb, experienced pitcher, didn't play a lot last year, committed in the offseason to go play at CSI, and we hardly saw him pitch because they were so loaded in that state championship run last year, but he's going to get a big-time start for Coach Sechrist today.
It's important, right? It's important to make sure that your starter's ready to go, and I am excited to see him in this game today. So, yeah, I mean, I think one of the big keys to the game here for Snow Canyon is just making sure that you're working up and down the lineup just fine. Guys through the middle, guys through the bottom. You want to make sure that you don't have a stretch of the lineup that's feeling like it's weak or exposed. So I'd like to see the bats getting going all the way around, or even if you're not getting hits, just get on base, right? Draw some walks, however you can get on base. Just focus on that. Mistake-free baseball. Obviously, that's also a big key.
Always mistake-free baseball. Errors can cost you big time with a lot riding in the state championships. Our keys to the game brought to you by Everbowl St. George. They were so kind. Brian, the owner of the St. George Everbowl, he brought over some Everbowls for the whole Fan Sports Network staff today for lunch. We all enjoyed that. And if you haven't ever been to Everbowl, go check it out. Their acai bowls are delicious. They have awesome sips, avocado toast, great menu. Go check it out over there next to Dick's Sporting Goods in the Red Rock Commons in St. George. Take a look at the Sport Court of Southern Utah starting lineup. Sport Court, by the way, is giving away a $5,000 scholarship to a senior locally. $5K could be yours if you have a senior with a 3.0 GPA that plays at least one varsity sport that's very involved in school. Go nominate them at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com, or you can go to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com, and thank you, Sport Court. It'll be Ledger Ship leading off for the Warriors, playing second. Andrew Lyon at short, batting second. Cade Kelch third, the catcher. Trayvon cleanup, first base. Diesel Lee at third. Talon Hansen batting sixth in right. Cale Johnson in left, batting seventh. Dewey Gibb will pitch and bat eighth, and Braden Mugavero will play center field and bat ninth. That'll be the starting lineup brought to you by Sport Court of Southern Utah. You look at the Dixie lineup. Weston Gilmore, the left fielder. Colton Hill at second. Batting third, Carter Turley. He's your catcher. Carson Hunt hitting over 500 this season. He'll be your cleanup guy playing first base. Thought he could start today, but they'll probably use him tomorrow. They'll go with Ethan MacArthur instead. Jake Andreas at third, batting fifth. Max Larkin, the shortstop. Marcus Benson and Hudson Wright. The 7-8 hitters combined for 5 out of 8 yesterday for Dixie in their win over Ridgeline, and Crew Pryor is out there in right field. Your pitcher again, Ethan MacArthur, will not hit but will be on the bump. The Flyers are the home team for this baseball game. And final thoughts before we throw out the first pitch here inside of our Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show.
Yeah, we're in for really a grudge match of sorts, a rematch of the state championship of just a year ago. These teams know each other. They've battled each other in the regular season, and now they're battling each other for pretty much as high as the stakes go. So it's time to show your best. Big players make big plays in big games, so let's see what both teams have to offer us today.
Caden, who is the Findlay Subaru Star Watch spotlight on before we throw out the first pitch today? Let's pick a guy for each team. Brought to you by Findlay Subaru on the saving side of the freeway.
Let's start with the Snow Canyon Warriors, and I think it might be, let's go Andrew Lyon. Drew Lyon's been having a really solid bat. You know, he hasn't thrown out a ton of power, but he's really good about getting on base. He's been great at getting on base and getting hits. So I want to go Drew Lyon for Snow Canyon. For Dixie, I've been really enjoying Carson Hunt's game for almost the same reason, right? He's a young guy that can go out there and just get a hit when you need him to get a hit. And so I would go with those two.
And that's how these teams differ. You know, Carson Hunt, a sophomore, Weston Gilmore, a sophomore, playing big roles for this team, whereas Snow Canyon led primarily by juniors and seniors. So you see a little bit of a opposite in the composition of the rosters.
Let's play some baseball. MacArthur, first pitch to Ledger Ship. It's fought up out of play, a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. And we are underway here at Bruce Hurst Field, Utah Tech University. Snow Canyon. Ledger Ship, he is the table setter for Coach Sechrist. Been that leadoff guy all year long. Ledger, look at his numbers, 351 batting average, 8 doubles. Not a guy that's going to go long ball, but definitely a guy with good speed that can swipe some bags and plays a really solid second base. And the 0-1 pitch after that foul ball. Fastball from MacArthur for a called strike. You look at the numbers for Ethan MacArthur pitching this year. 2.81 ERA as he misses outside. 5-2 record in 12 appearances. And one complete game. Only 3 starts, but he's pitched a lot. 47 1/3 of work. 34 Ks, 20 walks. And MacArthur has opponents hitting just 222 against him. And that one fouled off out of play again. Count still 1-2. Baby blue tops, white bottoms for the Flyers. Ship pulls it foul down the first baseline. White pinstripe pants with the navy blue tops and the white numbers for the Warriors here in this game.
And Ledger Ship proving to be a tough out. He's a 541 on base percentage guy, so he is a tough one to get out as he takes a borderline pitch there.
79-mile-an-hour fastball that was trying to paint the outside edge and just misses. So 2-2 on the Nets on fire. Pitch count. MacArthur has that one lifted off the bat of Ledger Ship into a shallow right field, and that one is caught for the game's first out.
And that's a tough out to get, and they get it, and via the pop-up, and I think that that's a good indication of the lineup and how tough it's going to be, how many pitches that took to navigate through that first out, but they get it nonetheless. And the Warriors looking for their first hit of the game. The Andrew Lyon stepping up.
Rue, whose older brother Isaac won a state championship a couple years ago. He's now a junior down at Grand Canyon, and he's had a phenomenal season. Low ERA. Not a lot of wins for Lyon in WAC play, but he's given some good outings. That the run support hasn't been there this year. But Andrew, I remember when Dixie met Snow Canyon Region play end of March, Andrew Lyon was hitting like 276. You scroll forward here to May on a Tuesday in the state tournament, and he's hitting 330, and I think he's 6 for his last 6 in the last 2 games he's played in. He has not gotten out in 2 ball games. Breaking ball, 69 miles an hour, located for a strike, and it's 0-2. MacArthur's command looks good early on, guys.
It does. That's 2 very well-placed balls that have fooled Andrew Lyon enough that he wasn't swinging at him.
Shot up the middle, and it is going to get through as the second baseman and the shortstop Larkin collide, and the ball goes into center field. It's a 1-out hit for Andrew Lyon. How about that for Rue?
Yeah, good-looking hit there. As kind of not what you wanted from the Dixie defense there, but 2 guys colliding, ball right in the middle of them. You can't really blame them, but just great placement there, and they got a man on first.
If either guy gets to it, I don't know if they have time to get turn, throw, and get him out at first anyway. But it gets through, so a 1-out single for Lyon. Trying to paint the outside corner, MacArthur. No, just off the plate on a 79-mile-an-hour fastball. Got the Intermountain Sports Performance radar gun. Summer of Speed coming. Get training with Intermountain Sport Performance. Sport specific, no matter what sport you play. Science-based. Get you jumping higher, running faster, and get you ready for varsity sports. A lot of these kids playing today probably trained at some point at Intermountain Sports Performance. 2-0 the count. Top of the first inning, no score. Lion has the game's first hit. Moments ago up the middle. And now you've got Cade Kelch, the catcher. Left-handed batter against MacArthur, the Flyers' right-handed pitcher. That one hops in low. And it's 3-0 the count. Wind is a little bit of a factor. Not near what it was yesterday, but instead of picking up this afternoon, it's kind of just stayed about a 10-mile-an-hour to 12-mile-an-hour breeze. And Cade Kelch draws a walk. He is aboard on a free pass.
It's a good start for the Warriors. Even with one out, I feel like they're seeing pitches. They're evaluating them at a really good processing rate. And although they haven't gotten a double or a home run or anything like that or a triple, but they're starting to see the ball and evaluate these pitches at a really good rate in my mind.
Taking a plate approach that's finding ways to get aboard and putting a little pressure on the defense early on, and the pitcher, Ethan MacArthur. Got to believe his nerves are going. Only his fourth start of the year, and obviously this is the biggest start of his career.
Yeah, high leverage spot that he's in.
MacArthur, we'll see how he responds after the walk, and that one just too tall, missing the top of the K zone for ball one. Glad you're with us on KSL Sports. If you're listening on radio, you want to watch this game, go to kslsports.com/stream. And there's a shot into center, but right at Benson, and Marcus Benson catches it for out number 2 in shallow center field. And here comes Diesel Lee to the plate with 2 away in the top of the first inning.
He's part of the 9 guys thus far, all named team. Diesel Lee, and hopefully he can live up to that name and try and chime in with his bat here.
I feel like Paul's all names team is...
It's long.
It's a long list, but I feel like Devin Dixon and Caden Formaster have not made the all names team for some unknown reason. Like, you haven't considered our names once.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it because
it's like I stand on business? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm looking for player division on the field. You're a broadcaster, so I didn't know your name was in the mix.
I didn't either. I just threw it in for fun. Here is the 1-0 pitch, and that was the curveball. And 2-0, so Diesel Lee could get something he likes here from Ethan MacArthur. Flyers defensively, Andreas at third, Larkin at short, Hills at second. Hill had a monster performance at the plate yesterday, and Carson Hunt at first. Outfield left to right, Gilmore, Benson, and Pryor with Carter Turley behind the dish, and that one missing. And now 3-0 the count here. And Diesel Lee hasn't seen anything he likes yet.
Very familiar at bat here, similar to what we saw with Cade Kelch.
3-0 pitch coming from MacArthur right down the middle for a called strike 1. Lee was taking all the way. Must be getting close to a little more rush hour traffic. The car count on the freeway at I-15 behind the center field fence is picking up. Shot to short, high bounce, handled by Larkin. Throw over to second, and they get the force. No runs on 1 hit, 2 left on base. No errors in the inning, and no score after half an inning. Snow Canyon 0. Flyers coming up. They'll bring the top of the order up here to see if they can strike first. And it'll be Gilmore, Hill, and Turley when we come back on KSL and The Fan.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 13 years of local experience. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Big hits today brought to you by Dealer Collision Center. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Caden Formaster. Got Boss on the camera, Nate back in the Finley studios. Appreciate some of our sponsors bringing you what was a quick pregame show. Bucks Ace Hardware, Everbowl, Sport Court. Get those nominees for that scholarship at our website, thefansportsnetwork.com, on the contest page. All these seniors out here playing baseball in the state tournament, eligible. Iron County, Washington County. And that one fought off. Hansen got pinch hit for yesterday. Kind of seemed a little off at the plate, but he's had a pretty solid year. Talon Hansen, 303 batting average, 24 RBIs, 7 doubles, 2 triples. Does have 1 home run this season. Thing about Snow Canyon is the RBIs come from everywhere. There's a shot into the alleyway. This could be an extra base hit. It's going to get all the way. 1 hops the wall, and it's going to be a leadoff double for Talon Hansen.
Good looking piece of hitting there as he motions to the dugout. They're fired up down there as the first extra base hit of the game for the Warriors, as that was a nice stroke out to the outfield, all the way almost to the warning track, and plenty of time to get to second base for that stand-up double.
Hit it pretty good right into the alleyway. Split the exact difference between the right fielder and left fielder, and 1 hopped it off the wall. By the way, Snow Canyon gets production from everywhere. 27 RBIs leads them. That's Cade Kelch. 24 for Hansen, 23 for Gibb, 21 for Ship. Andrew Lyon with 20. Then you got 3 guys with 18. And a couple more that are in double figures with RBIs this year. And that's where I think, Paul, you were saying in our keys to the game, there's no soft spot in this Snow Canyon order.
Yeah, there isn't. It truly is the Yankees circa the Murderers Row.
1-0 pitch, fouled straight back. Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Coupon books are on sale through Father's Day. Stop by one of your Southern Utah 2 Fabulous Freddy's locations. Every time you use one of those car washes, you save at the pump with 20 cents off per gallon of fuel. Fuel it up, wash it down, and save during the annual coupon book sale.
Also, if you're there to get a coupon book, head over to Ike's Sandwiches.
Yeah, the Bluff Street
Some
location.
of the best sandwiches in all of St. George.
All sports named sandwiches, too, by the way.
Yeah, that's
A lot
right.
of baseball, a lot of basketball, a lot of football names. MacArthur, 78 miles an hour there. And he count now 3-1 as he misfires. I've had the Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah,
I've had the Marshawn Lynch, although I'm not a big turkey or chicken sandwich guy.
yeah,
I've had, let's see, the Matt Cain,
that's a good one.
and he lost him. And so Cale Johnson will trot down to first base. So 2 on with nobody out. And for the second consecutive inning to start this game, Warriors get a runner to second base. Lyon led off, then got down there, but then they couldn't do anything with him. We'll see if they can do something here after that double and a walk. Here is Dewey Gibb, can help his own cause. Starting pitcher for the Warriors. And a 375 hitter this year as well, the future Golden Eagle of CSI. And there's a charge, and this is going to get past the outfielder, off the wall. 1 run's going to score. Looks like 2. And Dewey Gibb is going to have a 2 RBI double, and Snow Canyon strikes first here from Bruce Hurst Field.
They're loving it there in the Warrior dugout as that back-to-back doubles for this team. Good offensive inning. I mean, slugging the ball and getting some guys home, as we see on the replay there, almost tagging the heels of the lead runner. They're just getting around so fast. I mean, a lot of energy right now for this Warriors team.
But also talk about the fact that, you know, that ball took a weird bounce off the wall. It hit really close to the bottom wall, so when it bounced up, it goes over the left fielder's head. He has to backtrack into the field to come in and get the ball.
Probably scored the second run, just that.
Breaking ball, slow roller. Hunt goes and gets it. The cover by MacArthur, not in time. The ball is loose. And the runner won't score.
All the fans were saying, go, go, run, go.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the ball.
But there's no outs, so
No, play safe.
and you still got the top of the order now coming back up. Snow Canyon has already batted around and through the order one time as Ledger Ship will step back in.
Still no outs on the board for the Warriors. So.
Mugavero just kind of, it was almost like a perfectly placed bunt where the first base and the pitcher are both going to get it. And by the time Hunt got it, he tries to flip it to MacArthur, whose momentum was going to first base, but they couldn't get the toss and the step down to the bag in time to beat the speedy Braden Mugavero. So now runners on the corners, already 2-0 Warriors, thanks to that 2 RBI hit by Dewey Gibb. Ledger Ship, he'd love a ribby. He's right up there on this team in RBIs this year. He's 4th on the team with 21.
Well, with that fabulous Freddie's foul ball going out of play, it's an 0-2 count. It's a good pitcher's count here, which after walking a few guys, I'm sure that he's pretty happy to see that on the mound.
Moose at the plate. His nickname, his dad calls him Moose, and a lot of his teammates call him Moose. And he's had an 0-2 count before. And Ethan MacArthur outside and away, maybe too tall out of the zone, ball 1. MacArthur's sitting right there about 80 to 82 with that fastball. Gibb a little more velo. We've got him up to 87, sitting there 85 to 87. Runner will go. They'll let him swipe second. Stolen Base is brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. Adult sports for the summer, kids activities. Go check out all of the sports through SG City Rec. Proud sponsor of Region 9 Baseball here on the Fan Sports Network. Our privilege to bring you the 4A state tournament down here in St. George for KSL Sports. So I want to welcome you in no matter where you're watching from. A lot of softball going on today, too. We'll try to pass along some of those afternoon scores. Bear River, Cedar, Desert Hills, some of the softball winners from the noon slate. In fact, Desert Hills and Cedar both won, so they played each other this afternoon. Have you seen a final on that one, guys? Started about 2:30. Should be final by now. And after down in the count 0-2, he fights back and draws a walk. And Ledger Moose on first, and that loads the bases. And here comes Chandler Nyberg. He's going to walk out to talk to Ethan MacArthur on the mound. We got a Luke Udy at American Family Insurance timeout. And that was inside. Not going to go get him here, but definitely want to check on Ethan MacArthur, see how he's feeling. I mean, Paulie, that's a little frustrating for MacArthur, right? You got Ship down 0-2 in the count, and you lose him there to load him up.
Yeah. It's got to be frustrating, and no outs. This has the potential to be a massive inning for the Warriors if they can't stop the bleeding here. And I think that's what Chandler Nyberg's going out there for, is to kind of calm down the team, calm down MacArthur, and allow this, this kind of hot run here for the Warriors to cool off a little bit.
Look who walked down behind the backstop is a spectator for this game, the hero for Desert Hills earlier today, Stokely Tate, 3 for 4 with a grand slam. Talking to some friends and family. Of course, Desert Hills and Ridgeline very interested on how this game and the game later tonight goes to see who they play tomorrow. We know Desert Hills will play the loser of the Timpanogos Crimson game at 1:30 tomorrow. Ridgeline at 11 will play the loser of the Snow Canyon Dixie game tomorrow. MacArthur ahead 0-1 and 0-2. They did not give time to Andrew Lyon. And it's strike 2. Probably the easiest strike MacArthur's ever tossed. He just had to hit the zone, right, Paul?
Yeah, that's right. Now
Reed MacArthur is going to come down and say, what happened there? Like, my guy's out of the box. You didn't give him time. Why? Wants an explanation. He's getting it, but not going to change anything. Fighting for a call later maybe there, Paul?
Yeah, maybe politicking a little bit for one later in the game.
Ethan MacArthur, here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball at 82, but down and away. Maybe try to put a little more zip on that one.
Had good velo, just off the mark.
MacArthur has the sign. Here comes the pitch. And that looked like a slider almost there from MacArthur, and it dives away. Good block there by Carter Turley behind the dish.
Kind of the same spot as the last one as well, just low and away.
He's about to say, boys, Dixie's had a good catcher in the program. Seems like forever, haven't they? That's popped up, lifted into shallow right, coming in. It's Crew Pryor. He makes the catch. No tag. And finally, the Flyers have their first out recorded here. It's a fly out to right field, and it's not hit deep enough to score Dewey Gibb, who's standing over at third still.
Probably for the best they didn't tag up. That was a perfect throw in, wasn't it? I mean, threw it right into the catcher who was set up in front of the plate. So it could have been a close bang-bang kind of play. Maybe best that the tag didn't happen.
Cade Kelch will step in. Base is still loaded here for SC. Snow Canyon already scoring 2. And they've got the 2-0 lead. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. 1 hit on the scoreboard so far for Dixie.
Cade Kelch, coincidentally, with a huge RBI situation, is the leading RBI guy on the Warriors with 27. So he sees a lot of situations like this with runners in scoring position, and he capitalizes a lot of the times.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, checked his swing off the hands, and it's a foul ball.
That's always the most unfortunate thing, right? You think, hey, that's a little high and tight. I don't want to swing at that. You check the swing just for it to hit your bat anyway. So unfortunate strike there with the unintended foul ball.
The early theme for MacArthur is a lot of pitches, guys. That was pitch number 48. We're still early on here. We're just in the top of the second. He's already thrown 48 pitches. You'd like to see him under 50 by the time he got through 4.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you want to see a guy get through 6 innings or so, right? He's going to struggle to get through 3.
Yeah, I mean.
And that's just on pitch count alone.
Yeah, not pacing now. Get some quick outs. But right now, he's battling with about every Warrior that steps in. The plate approach has been pretty patient. They're fighting off a lot of pitches. Here comes the payoff pitch from Ethan MacArthur, Flyer pitcher behind Kelch, and that'll walk in a run. And it's 3-0 Warriors. Dewey Gibb touches home plate.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a concerning spot if you're a Flyer fan or Flyer supporter here, because this looks as if this could get a little dicey for him. The Trey Vaughn coming up. I mean, this is a very potent part of this lineup. I talked about in the pregame how there really is no soft spots, but there's definitely some tougher spots in the lineup as well, and they're going through one of them right here.
Here is Trey Vaughn. Trey Jr., a lot of horsepower in that right-handed swing as he steps into the batter's box. Trey Vaughn hitting .353, 2 home runs, 4 doubles, and a triple this year. And Carter Turley, after that one high for ball 1, wants to come out and talk with Ethan MacArthur.
Short conversation.
You wonder what the back end looks like for the Flyers. Is it Hunt? Is it Jordan Andreas, the only female playing baseball in the state of Utah at the varsity level? And there's a rip shot through the left side by Trey Vaughn. It's an RBI single, and the base is still loaded. 4-0 Warriors. Got a lot of wood on that ball. Trey Vaughn, big-time clutch hit.
Yeah, Trey Vaughn saw this one all the way through, and barreled it up into the outfield, and not deep enough to score 2 runs or clear the bases, but still gets that RBI, that very elusive RBI for him. Yesterday had a lot of opportunities, but I don't think he got one yesterday. I'll have to check on that.
And that'll be it for Ethan MacArthur. Coach Nyberg going to get him. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll talk about it when we come back. Warriors swinging it well here. They got the early 4-0 lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard. We'll be right back.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Welcome back, everybody. Pitching change. MacArthur lifted. He pitches an inning and a third. And they got to him. And Chunter Nyberg could not wait any longer. 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, walked 4. And MacArthur's day is done. And Max Larkin will come in from the shortstop position to pitch. Hudson Wright will go to second, and Colton Hill will go over to shortstop. So those are your defensive changes for the Flyers.
We talked about how there's no soft spots, and Dixie's finding that out firsthand right now. I already made a pitching change, only one inning deep, and 2 frames deep into this game.
1 1/3.
1 1/3, yeah.
Yeah, I get the point. You're not wrong.
But this is also the 9th batter this inning as
Yeah.
well. So, I mean, it's definitely been a rough second inning.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, and usually, once a guy gets a couple ABs, that 3rd time through, that 4th time through, you make a change. But Spokane was seeing the ball really well, and they had to go to Larkin.
Yeah, they've been dialed in from the get-go, really.
Larkin high there.
But listen, 3-0 count. I know we have the debate all the time, Paulie. Swing or not to swing. But a 3-0 with bases loaded, walk in a run. I don't care. I'm all for.
Right. I'm normally a swing 3-0 guy, but
Diesel is a 392 hitter, but
wow.
he didn't really have a good pitch to swing at, as that was way inside, and it's 5-0. Warriors on top here. And Diesel Lee will take the RBI on the base on balls, and here is Hansen.
And this is the depth of pitching. I mean, we saw the aces yesterday with, Jake Andreas, and we saw Andrew Lyon. But it's the depth of pitching that carries you through this tournament. It's your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th guys.
Larkin paints the outside corner, strike 1. Larkin's number's good, guys. I mean, ERA 1.54, 9 appearances, hasn't picked up a win, only 13 2/3 work, 15 Ks, 9 walks. Opponent's hitting just 172 off of him this year. This is the quick numbers there on Max Larkin. 1-1 pitch coming for Max, outside ball 2. Hansen hitting 303, but already a double off the wall and a run batted in this game.
I think Coach Sechrist has instructed his hitters that don't swing at something if they're not going to attack. If they're going to keep trying to nibble the outside like they are here, just keep letting them throw balls and walk in runs. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, and that one was so close,
very close,
just outside.
I mean, the nibbles are getting closer, but I would assume that you got to go after some hitters soon. Because those outside edges, the calls haven't really been there today.
Larkin, the 3-1 pitch, high, lost him. Another run walks home, 6-0, and the Flyers can't throw strikes right now, guys.
Yeah.
They can't. That might be their downfall here today if they can just get the pitching under control.
Not an easy spot for Larkin to come into.
No, it's tough. You know, you see the damage already being done, and you have to come in and be the savior here. And it's not that easy of a job to do. I mean, I know that these runs don't go against your personal ERA, but it's not about that. It's about the team. You're not thinking about your own personal ERA in these situations. You're just worried about throwing strikes and get your team out of the jam.
I believe that's the 5th straight ball thrown now. So it's clear. Snow Canyon's going to wait. They're going to just be patient at the plate and
they still can't hit it.
Let us go. They'll take all day, it appears.
2-0 the count here to Cale Johnson. 406 batting average, 18 ribbies, 4 doubles this season. And that one top of the K zone, and Carter Turley kind of comes out and says, hey, let's go.
Yeah, 3-0 already. I'm curious if another pitching change is going to be coming up anytime soon, but again, he hasn't been up there that long.
The pitch outside corner for a called strike.
There we go.
3-1.
I guess my question to pose to Chunner Nyberg is, was it a good idea to pull him that early? Even if he is getting hit, and, you know, that might be the case, but maybe you might have wanted to just stomach through a couple more innings. But that's his decision, and he's the manager, of course, so.
Another walked-in run, lost him again, and 7-0 Warriors. 3 runs have scored on walks with the bases loaded now, guys. And infield will all draw in with Max Larkin. 7 runs, crooked number here in the top of the second for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And they're
didn't
in
expect
full control.
this. Really didn't expect this. I thought this would be a back and forth kind of stalemate battle with 2 really good offenses. But it has devolved into kind of a walk fest here in the second inning.
Now the pitcher's asked to switch the ball out, and I wonder if that's more a mentality of it, like I don't like this ball. I've thrown too many balls with it. Give me a new one.
Could be grip. Could be a number of different things.
That's a great pitch.
That was a good pitch there. It could have been the ball.
There it is.
The other thing to think about, Paul, to go back to what you were saying about maybe letting MacArthur go a little longer is, you know, you kept him so where he only has to have 1 day rest. And obviously Dixie won yesterday, so this is not an elimination game.
That's right.
You know, obviously won't be available tomorrow, but would be available back here to play or pitch on Thursday if needed.
Sure.
This is a great spot, though. 0-2 lineup. Boom.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a Red Rock Real Estate strikeout. Don't strike out on your new home. Go see a Red Rock Real Estate agent today, redrockrealestate.com. And they finally needed an out, and they get out number 2. And now they got to go to work on the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Braden Magavero.
Singled his last at bat.
And he does a great job turning it over to the top, setting the table for the top of the order. Some chin music kind of high and tight there.
Taking a long look in. And here comes the pitch from Larkin. Bender ripped into center, shallow coming over, and it will be out number 3 as Marcus Benson tracks it down. But not before. 7 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and a 7-0 lead. Here we go, bottom of the second. Flyers need to rattle the bats here when we come back to Bruce Hurst Field on KSL on the Fan Sports Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Get a 3.
Back here at the ballpark, Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Caden Formaster, bringing you the entire state tournament all week long here on the Fan Sports Network and on KSL Sports. Carson Hunt, remember, Turley was thrown out on the base pass, so Hunt will lead back off. Number 4 hitter in the Flyers lineup, and strike one right down the middle from Dewey Gibb. And pitch number 2 ripped through, and Carson Hunt continues to just see watermelons at the plate. And a sharply hit single through the right side, and he is aboard.
Yeah, there's a reason why he was our pre-game Findlay Subaru Star Watch for Dixie, is because he's doing just that. He's finding ways to get on base, and it feels like 9 times out of 10 he's getting on bases because he can just hit the ball well. He can put the ball into play, and that will go a long way to being one of the top players on this team.
512 the batting average for Hunt, showing that off right there. 40 RBIs, 16 doubles, and 4 home runs. That's a season, huh? He's an all-region guy.
Yeah.
As a sophomore.
Yeah, that's big. Good building block for this Flyer team for the future.
And a shot through the right side, and that is a hit for Jake Andreas. Hunt stumbling around second. He's got to get moving. He dives in safe at third as the ball is cut off by Andrew Lyon. We did have the Crimson Cliffs girls golf state championship team and Coach Huddleston on the show this morning. You see a replay there, that hit into right field. Back-to-back hits for the Flyers. And Coach Huddleston is the boys Dixie golf coach, and he said Carson Hunt's going to play golf for him next year. He told us that this morning. Remember that, Paul?
Yeah, and that was a good little nugget we learned. Didn't know he was a golfer. Well, I didn't. You probably did.
Max Larkin. He'll step in. Breaking ball called strike. Good pitch by Dewey Gibb. Flyers got a chance here with nobody out. 2 on. Runner at first and third. Here's Dewey Gibb. And just missing. Count goes to 1-1.
Dewey Gibb's looking pretty good on the mound here today. Again, he's doing a really good job of pitching to contact. Of course, these first 2 batters finding that contact and driving some out into the field. That one goes high. It was one of the more wild pitches we've seen from him, outside of that one that was extremely wild in the first inning.
Yeah, I think that one slipped.
Yeah.
That was a brushback, though. That was definitely high and tight. And Larkin, that's a shot through the hole, and the Flyers are on the board. It's 7-1, an RBI single, Max Larkin.
Pretty good response here from the Flyers, even though they're still down 6 on the scoreboard. They've come out like gangbusters this inning as far as hitting the ball, seeing the ball, just being patient at the plate. All the good characteristics of good hitters is what they've embodied this inning. So like what I've seen from this Flyer team trying to respond after that big inning from the Warriors.
maybe this is a bounce-back inning for them. I know 7 seems like a daunting number when it's only the bottom of the second inning, but
they got no outs.
You might as well keep going for it. Here you go again.
And that's a hit through into center field. They'll put the brakes on, and the bases loaded full of flyers as Marcus Benson is red hot here at Bruce Hurst Field. He was hot yesterday, and he stays hot. And the guy behind him here, Hudson Wright, has been great. He had a multi-hit game yesterday as well to try to keep the hit parade going.
Well, 4 for 4, right? I mean, everybody that's been up is singled, so this has been a phenomenal inning. It looks like Coach Brandon Lyon's going to come on out and have a quick conversation with Dewey Gibb and the rest of the infield.
Brandon, whose number is retired here on the outfield fence, pitched here in the 98-99 seasons when Dixie was a junior college. Drafted by the Blue Jays. Actually, I think he pitched 2000, 2001. So 98, 99, 2000, 2001. And long little chat going here. Brandon probably just checking on Dewey. He's not going to go get him here. Obviously, it's not Coach Sechrist, so just wants to see what's going on here after, as you said, 4 hits in a row.
Yeah.
And they've all been hit well.
They have, and Gibb feeling some of the pressure that the Flyers felt the previous inning. You know, they're putting the screws to him a little bit. The batters are seeing the ball, and they're barreling it up. It's not weak contact that it's getting barely through. I mean, they're getting some nice hits out to the outfield.
Well, I mean, look, Dixie's not a bad hitting team. They come in hitting .331 as a club this year.
That's right.
They don't boast the .340 average that Snow Canyon has offensively, but both these teams are offensive juggernauts, to say the least. Again, we mentioned a 10-run win for Snow Canyon at home and then a 7-1 win for Dixie at home, so they split the regular season, and neither game was really close. And there's another shot through the left side. 1 run will score. And they'll hold the runner at third. Larkin wanted to go, but Hunter Nyberg put the brakes on, and it's 7-2.
Wasn't this reminiscent of the top of the second inning? It's just, let's do a little role reversal here where Snow Canyon has to try to figure out how to stop this hitting parade. That's the 5th single this inning.
Dealer Collision, big hit after big hit. Appreciate Dealer Collision Center, proud sponsor Region 9 and State 4A Baseball. From minor collisions to major accidents, Dealer Collision will repair your vehicle if you've been in an accident. Make sure you choose Dealer Collision Center. No outs, guys. 5 hits in a row. Gibb, breaking ball, can't snap it off. It's high, ball 1.
No, now I will mention that Snow Canyon's not having the same problem that Dixie had. Dixie had a walking problem, right? They were walking batter after batter.
Yeah.
The difference here is they just can't seem to either be in the right place at the right time, because that's a great fastball down the middle.
Yeah.
88 miles an hour there from Dewey Gibb for a called strike at the knees.
Yeah, the Snow Canyon's just not getting the stops here. They're just not able to get anything moving.
Breaking ball stays high. And this is Crew Pryor. Crew Pryor doesn't even have his driver's license yet, but he'd love to drive one into the outfield and keep this hit streak going. Sophomore. Checked his swing. I think he went.
He did.
Strike.
Yep.
2-2 the count on the Nets on fire. Pitch count here.
Man,
in the bottom of the second inning.
It's so hard to lay off those high fastballs. You see him coming at you, and it looks so hittable. And he knew it was coming in high. He wanted it, and the check swing results in a strike, 2-2.
And a swing and a miss in a Red Rock Real Estate strikeout. Down goes Pryor swinging and 1 away. Still 7-2. Bases still loaded. 1 out. And back to the top of the order, and Weston Gilmore.
Weston Gilmore, his last at bat, got on base with a single. I mean, you do that again, he just joins the party.
Yep, 1 for 1 already in this game. .388 hitter. with ducks on the pond. And the pitch, breaking ball, and just misses.
That was close.
I think Gibb hit a spot there, but didn't get that strike called. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Gilmore offers at it and fights it off. It's a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball into, and you got a lot of fans here. It's a Region 9 inter-city showdown, so the young fans took off. About 8 of them going for that. They're going foul ball chasing, Paulie.
That's right. It's always a great pastime as a kid.
I'd love to see you out there running down foul balls with those kids. That'd be
awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, that pitch just inside. You can hear a groan from the crowd. They wanted that one.
And that was inside from our angle. I mean, that went right over the kneecap of Weston Gilmore. So
2-1 the count. Dewey Gibb. Nowhere to put Gilmore. High ball 3-1 the count.
See, now you are facing the trouble that Snow Canyon was able to benefit from when it was Dixie on the mound.
Well, you kind of tighten up after you give up all these hits in a row.
Yeah.
5 out of the last 6 batters have barreled it up off of Dewey Gibb, so he's reeling just a little bit.
Yeah.
Baseball's definitely a mental game, and this is a part of it.
Fastball, and Gilmore gets a piece to stay alive. He tried to golf that one out of the dirt.
But I like this, attacking the zone, right? Force them to swing the bat. Otherwise, just give it a called K. I'm not opposed to that. I understand, though, they've been hitting you, so you're a little more wary of throwing fastballs down the middle. I do understand that. But at the same time, you can't walk a guy.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Chopper to second. Could be a tailor-made double play ball. 4. Lyon will eat it, and they'll get out number 2, but Gilmore, speedy, didn't have a play to double him up. So 87-mile-an-hour fastball that Gilmore chops to second, and Ledger Ship couldn't quite get it quick enough to start up that double play. He tried. Just took a little too long to get to him.
That's right. The transfer was all good, but he just didn't flip it over quick enough to Lyon.
Now, Coach Sechrist is out of the dugout. He's down the first baseline between home plate and first base. And do we have a little casual conversation? This doesn't look like a stern conversation, guys. Chunner Nyberg is down the line talking with his guy, Colton Hill, who's ready to step in here with 2 outs. It's 7-3. They do get a run there on that fielder's choice as they try to turn 2. Down a touchdown, and Dixie's out of the field goal, guys. It's 7-3 here in the second quarter. Got to warm up for this fall, huh?
That's right.
After Saturday, we're
going to be it.
Those are the baseball terminology goes on the shelf for 9 months, and the football terminology comes back out.
Dust it off. That's it.
Nothing like Friday night lights. Friday night basketball, Friday night baseball around the region. Been fun. When I first moved here 21 years ago, I knew high school sports was big, but I didn't know how big. And now you scroll forward and look at a crowd like this on a Tuesday afternoon, and what do you think, guys? Easily 1,000 people here in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
Watching this game. And spring sports are crazy. You got to divvy up your time because track and field and soccer and volleyball and lacrosse and baseball and softball and golf. And there's just so many sports going on, and there's a strike from Dewey Gibb.
That was a great pitch. Very well placed.
Hill goes 4 for 5 yesterday. He's 0 for 1 today. This is his second at bat, and Gilmore's going to swipe second. That's going to be a stolen base, brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. Get out and play. You used to have the website memorized, sgcityrec.org, but they've changed the website where you sign up for all of the adult sports. And now, if you want to go sign up, you can still go to sgcityrec.org, but it redirects you to sgcityutah.gov/parks and recreation. That's where you can sign up, sgcityutah.gov. Go to Parks and Rec, and you can check out all their summer sports and programs. They got races and softball and kids soccer and t-ball and junior jazz and all that good stuff. And here is the 3-1 pitch, and lost him. So the base is loaded again as Hill is aboard. And so Dixie is right back in this game, guys. You know, they lost all that momentum when Snow Canyon scored a 7 spot, and they battled back.
Yeah. Yeah, they're back at it. Full count. Now 2 outs again. So, I mean, if anything for Snow Canyon, force out at any base. But with the way that they've been hitting, and we're going to the 9th batter in the lineup here, it's very possible that Dixie could still bat in a few more runs, and that 7-0 lead all of a sudden doesn't look so bad now, being that it's 7-3.
Yeah, climbing back into it.
And here is the University of Hawaii commit, Carter Turley. Going to be going to the island of Oahu and playing for the Rainbow Warriors.
Turley does a little bit of everything. Chips in with home runs with 3. He's the leading steals man with 12. He's among the top 5 in hits on the team. RBIs.
Fastball just missing. 2-0. And he had big shoes to fill, if you remember how good Ridge Erickson was.
Yeah, the BYU commit.
Is Dixie been blessed with catcher after catcher? They've always had a good catcher in the program, I feel like. You can go back to the Nate Carter days.
I mean, college-level catchers at every turn, right?
Yeah, I mean, and look, Snow Canyon, Mason Strong a couple years ago was a really good catcher. Swing and a miss on a big cut from Turley. I feel like we've had good catchers in general around Region 9. The pop rate for Carter Turley down to second, under 2 seconds, is what people love, and that's why University of Hawaii likes him. And then you factor in he's hitting over 300. Big spot here to keep the inning going. Dewey Gibb, the windup, the pitch, framed up by Kelch, and must have been just a little bit high. Bases loaded, full of flyers. Bottom of the second. 10 runs scored in the second. 7 by the Warriors in the top half. 3 more, and the Flyers want more. Here comes the 3-1 delivery from Dewey Gibb, a chopper foul, and everybody will reset, and not even Chunner Nyberg can one-hand palm that baseball from his coaching box at third base.
He gave it a valiant attempt.
He did. They've been stuck on 2 outs for what seems like a while now.
I mean, this alone has just been a very long at-bat.
Yeah.
Well, it's taken us almost an hour to play 2 innings, guys. And strike 3, caught looking. Carter Turley goes down. Dewey Gibbs fired up. He did give up 3 runs on 5 hits. 4 in a row at one point, and the Flyers chip away. But it's the Warriors still leading 7-3 when we come back to Bruce Hurst Field in the 4A State Championships.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hello, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Glad you're with us, no matter how you're accessing us tonight. And we got a good one brewing.
That's right. We got a 7-3 ball game. Tightened up as it looked as if the Warriors were going to kind of run away with it there in the first inning, but that's why you play all 7.
No question. And a ripped shot. This could be interesting. Racing over and getting to a good jump out there by Pryor. I thought that was more down the line, guys, but it's just a fly out to right at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Getting over there well, and again, how much are the elements playing a factor here? What's the wind doing out there? Because sometimes these balls are getting caught up in the wind. That can make it almost easier at times for a right fielder to get on over to it. If it's just going to die there and he can read it well enough. And this kind of seemed to be one of those cases where he was able to just read the line drive well, get there in time. Back up with Rue Lyon.
You kind of lose track of where you're at here when we're broadcasting. This is our third game of the day, and that got Andrew. And did they say he went around?
I think he's saying
and that's going to be a strike.
Wow.
He was trying to say it hit him. We didn't capture the replay on that one.
But they appealed it, and he said strike. So I think they're going to say he offered at it. Rue saying
he's
it hit
saying
me.
I was trying to duck out of the way, and it hit me.
I don't know if we have another shot of that or not, but that was an interesting play. And Lyon's going to have to go back to the batter's box.
I almost thought it hit him on – I don't know if it hit him on the hands or it hit him on the shoulder. It's kind of too tough to tell.
I think it was the hand.
Yeah. Problem being is the hands are part of the bat, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Outside there.
It's kind of hard to tell for the umpire and that high of speed. But play on, right?
We play on.
1-2 count here. Larkin in relief of Ethan MacArthur. He'll step off now, step back in. Now, remember earlier, Rue stepped out, asked for time late, didn't get it, and it was a strike right down the middle. And Carter Turley left his catcher's glove up for a long time to try to frame that on the outside corner, and he didn't get the call. 7-3, Warriors leading. We're just starting up the top of the third here. One out. Breaking ball. Ooh. Got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Andrew Lyon strikes out.
Yeah, that had a lot of break to it, didn't it? He just took a ton off of it. And Rue was swinging too far ahead of it. So, strike out. 2 up, 2 down so far. Especially after an inning where they go and score 7. This is exactly what the doctors ordered for Dixie.
Yeah. They've come up and shut down this Warrior offense in this frame. Stark contrast to the last 2 frames ago.
Right.
Flyers, Larkin, after giving up walk after walk after walk, coming in a tough spot with the bases loaded. Seems like he's found a little bit of a rhythm here. And Kelch steps in and quickly gets ahead in the count. Cade Kelch having a huge season. Catcher for the Warriors, left-handed hitter outside. And 3-0 now. And right when I say Larkin seems like he's getting dialed in, he throws 3 straight balls. But I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx.
That's right. I don't believe in that either.
Well, we agree on one thing today.
That's right. Ooh.
Called strike down the middle there on a 3-0 count. Now 3-1. Crosstown rivalry. And Kelch is aboard. How many? I got to count up the walks here.
He's walked 3 times today. Specifically Kelch.
Yes, but total, I was looking total there.
I'm counting 6, which is a lot. It could be more because there's some that I did not mark. I think it's more than that. I think it's 7 or 8. And that's just for Dixie against Snow Canyons. This is chopped foul.
And everything will reset. Game 3, if you're just tuning in. Ridgeline wins the morning game. They knock out Bear River. Breaking ball outside for a ball there. Then it was Desert Hills. Bats came alive, 14-1. They knock out Park City. So Bear River and Park City are out. Desert Hills and Ridgeline are sitting back watching this game and the next game to see who they'll play tomorrow. And right now, Snow Canyon has a 7-3 lead. Our nightcap coming up, going to be Crimson and Timpanogos following this game. Right here on KSL and also on the Fan Sports Network. Baseball, baseball, baseball. This bracket, double elimination, there's a lot of baseball games this week. We could do about 15 games and got him. Larkin froze him, and there's a strikeout brought to you by Red Rock Real Estate. And no runs on one hit and one left on base. No errors there in the inning. It's still Warriors 7, Flyers 3 when we come back here to Bruce Hurst Field inside the 4A State Baseball Championships.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 13 years of local experience. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Back here at the ballpark, coming at you on your Tuesday night. Greetings and salutations from the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Devin, Caden, and Paulie here. Doing good back out there on the bump. And Carson Hunt set to lead off here in the bottom of the third inning for the Flyers. And the Flyers seem to have withstood that big push and got to keep the momentum rolling as they're still down 4 runs here. But a lot of baseball yet to be played.
Like Caden said, putting that 0 up after giving up the 7 2 innings ago, that's about as good of a response from the defensive perspective, pitching-wise, that you can get. So I love that from Dixie.
And fastball, 87 from Dewey Gibb, bottom of the K zone for a called strike on Carson Hunt.
Keeps that one outside. 3-1 count now. The pace here from Gibb on the mound's quick, though. He doesn't take too much time at the moment to just set, pitch.
Another fastball. Hunt fights it off. Guys, you start thinking about the future is now with the season Hunt's had, but boy, oh boy, is he the next big thing in Region 9 baseball? It's not too early to start having that conversation.
No, I mean, I think he's a name that we're going to be calling for the next few years, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been phenomenal for Dixie this year, so we're already calling his name a bunch, right?
But you think about it, and he's got to go up against his guys like Jake Andreas and the BP and some of their scrimmages and stuff, so he gets some good reps against his staff. But then he goes up against some of these pitchers in Region 9, Madden Smith, Cronin Dunk, Andrew Lyon, Dewey Gibb, a guy out there pitching right now. You look at Tristan Sylvester. You can look at some other guys that Cedar has as he draws a walk. But he's got the best batting average in the entire region, .512. Nobody has a better batting average than Carson Hunt.
I mean, that's right. It's an insane batting average, right? I mean, if you're hitting the ball over half the time, I can't believe whenever I see a batting average that's that high, I just can't believe it.
Slugging percentage, .854.
Wow. Phenomenal.
And on-base percentage, .584. So the slash line for Carson Hunt is super impressive, no matter what class, sophomore, senior, it doesn't matter.
He's putting up real similar numbers that Hagan Reed put up last year, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hagan hit 10 home runs. Hunt has 4, a little different there. And Hagan was a junior, and Carson's a senior. I'm talking about last year.
Yeah. I think the power will come with Hunt. You know, he's already shown the propensity to do it with 4. But I think as he gets older, that power will start to come more and more.
7-3, our score. And challenging with a fastball, and Jake Andres fouls it straight back. It's a fabulous Freddie's foul ball.
And Dewey Gibbs kind of had to go deep into his bag here after that last inning where he was getting hit pretty good. A lot of hits to the same location through the 5-6 hole in the outfield.
Checking on the runner, he's back fine.
Big story today for baseball fans worldwide. The Pete Rose Band lifted, the all-time hits leader who passed away back in September, now eligible for election into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Hit King. I've met him. Met him when he was set up in Vegas at, I think, the Mandalay Bay. He was in a card shop just signing autographs.
Not too long ago, right?
No, he was there as recently as I saw him like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's not that long ago.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Got a signed book, My Prison Without Bars. I recommend the read if you are a baseball and Pete Rose fan.
Interesting.
High fastball. Jake Andres can't find it, and that's a Red Rock Real Estate strikeout for Dewey Gibb as Andres takes that slow walk back to the Flyer dugout, and here is Max Larkin. Max is a Mighty Mite in my Mighty Mite team in Region 9.
There you go. You've got a team now. I've got the all-name team. You got your Mighty Mites.
I love the little grinders, man.
That's right.
Little guys that play with big energy.
Big energy. I like that.
Briggs Fillmore, Max Larkin. Max Orton last year was probably my Mighty Mite MVP.
Yeah, he was
Played
solid.
for Dixie.
Yeah, he was.
Second baseman for Dixie.
Yeah.
1 on, 1 out. Bottom of inning number 3. And fastball just outside. 2-0.
Mighty Mite kind of reminds me of Mighty Mouse. You ever go to a amusement park and every amusement park ever has the Mighty Mouse roller coaster?
Every amusement park ever.
They do.
Yeah. Now, Lagoon has one called the Wild Mouse. So it's right there. It's close. That's a little high.
That's right. Some play on
or the
mouse.
Or Mouse Trap or something. It's Wild Mouse. I think it's Wild Mouse. They do have a mouse-themed roller coaster, though. You're correct about that.
Yeah.
That does seem to happen at every single park.
Amusement park, yeah.
In fact, there's a whole park in Southern California dedicated to a world built around a mouse. That's called Disneyland.
Yeah.
I know this guy just was out there recently.
We went to Disney World. I'd never been there. We went there for Christmas.
That's right.
Well, there we go. Getting a K on the board.
I'm still paying off the credit card bill on that one.
Yeah, that's not a cheap trip out to Disney World, is it?
No.
I think the park tickets alone were like $5,000. 3-1 pitch here, and a swing and a drive. Shallow right center field. Could be trouble coming in, though, and making that catch is Snow Canyon's center fielder. Man, that ball hanging on a little bit. I thought that had a chance to get down, and he made that look pretty routine, guys.
Kind of hung up there and made a good play on the ball. And now we got 2 outs, and Dewey Gibb kind of doing the same thing that happened last inning for the Dixie Flyers. A little stabilization here, you know. Try and put up that 0 and get back in the groove of things.
Here's the breaking ball in Beantown. Marcus Benson will take one for the team. Luckily, that was about a 62-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, so not going to hurt like an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, but still got him in the back. And here is Hudson right now. And 2 on, 2 out. Flyers trailing 7-3. Snow Canyon has the lead. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And does Hudson Wright have another dealer collision? Big hit. He had a couple of them yesterday. We'll see. And Dewey Gibbs' pitch count is getting up there, guys.
Yeah, it is. It is. We were talking pitch count earlier.
60. This will be a 67th pitch here in the bottom of the third with this next one. And a called strike.
I like that. That was a good pitch, good placement. And he hasn't been throwing a ton of strikes this inning, and so I don't know if the call is to say, hey, let's watch one go by first before you start swinging at something. So it's nice to get that first called strike.
And a shot to short on a slow roller. The play to second, and he one hops it, and Ledger's Ship makes the catch. How did Ledger's Ship squeeze that cleanly? Because that was really close. If that pops out of there, he is safe. Instead, that'll do it for the inning. A good defensive play by Ledger's Ship.
Yeah, that was super close. Wow.
Yeah, that was a bang-bang play, but he got it. He was there.
Lyon, because it was such a slow roller, wanted to go to second instead of first, and he had to kind of contort his body, and it one-hops Ledger, and Ledger digs it out of the dirt. Good play by Moose. All right, 7-3 our score. Everybody stand up and stretch. We'll go to the fourth when we come back here to Utah Tech University inside the 4A State Baseball Championships.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Hey, it's Luke with Union Associates at American Family Insurance. At Union Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Everybody here inside of our Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. Guys, what's your favorite ballpark food when you're out watching a game?
Ooh.
Don't think, just react when I ask the question. What do you go
Probably
with?
a hot dog.
You're a
Yeah,
hot
I mean, the
dog.
hot dog's
It's
classic.
iconic, yeah.
The hot dog's classic.
I mean, there's bougie items nowadays. You can get all kinds of stuff at a ball game.
Well, yeah, I was thinking like the loaded nachos kind of thing. You know,
Okay.
like I've had some carne asada nachos before at a ballpark.
Yeah, that sounds great.
If you ever get a chance to go down to the Las Vegas ballpark, they have some great food there.
Maybe I'm just talking basics like hot dog, chicken tenders, popcorn, nachos, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nachos without the loaded aspect.
Yeah, just good old chips and cheese,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Well,
right.
it depends on what ballpark you're at. Max Larkin rings it up. There's a Red Rock Real Estate strikeout. And Larkin's really starting to find his rhythm as he strikes out Dewey Gibb, and Braden Mugavero will step in.
We went 3 up, 3 down in the last inning, right? And now we're looking at 1 out away and the second batter in the lineup coming up.
Like if you're at Chicago, or if
Chicago
you're in-
dog would be amazing, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Or if you're, in Boston, Red Sox game, or if you're in Philadelphia, aren't you going to go with like a
You gotta
Philly
get a
cheesesteak?
cheesesteak.
Yeah. So it depends on kind of where you're at too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And a shot to short. And the throw, not going to do it. The bad throw pulling Carson Hunt off the bag. He tried to swipe the tag, and everybody's safe there, Mugavero. That's going to be E6 on the throw up the line.
Just off target there. Simple as that.
Good camera work there, B. We've got 1 on, 1 out. A 2-run ball game with Snow Canyon leading 7-5 on our Wilkinson's scoreboard. Wilkinson can light up your house with all their lighting, lights, fans, home decor, all that stuff. But we're lighting up the scoreboard here, 7-5, 12 runs, 13 total hits, only 2 errors, 1 each team committed so far in this 7-inning game, and we're just in the 5th. Great game brewing. Could this be one of those instant Region 9 classics that we've seen over the years, guys?
I mean, it's feeling like it already. We've seen a little bit of everything.
Today has been a little different, and every game is obviously going to write its own script.
Yeah.
But we've seen 4 home runs today. Yesterday we saw 0 home runs. We saw probably, 13, 14 errors in the 4 games yesterday. Today we've maybe seen 5. The wind is less. That's the big variable that's different. And there's a pop-up out there to second base, and Hudson Wright makes the play for out number 2. And Ledger Ship will head back to the dugout. Ledger looking for his first hit, can't find it. So here is Andrew Lyon. Rue 1 for 3. Ripped it back in the first and was stranded at second. And Lyon, who pitched yesterday, we won't see him back on the bump because of the amount of pitches he threw. He's got to have 3 days rest. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we won't see him till Friday if Snow Canyon can get to Friday. And they're in a good position right now, leading 7-5 and already winning yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good-looking pitch, I thought, there. But didn't get the call, but
just too much break off the edge of the plate. And this one, a fastball, and Lyon puts a charge into it, but right to the left fielder. And right there to make the catch was Weston Gilmore. And good inning there for Mr. Larkin. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. 7-5 Warriors lead and go to the bottom of the 5th when we come back on KSL on the Fan Sports Network.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Welcome back, everybody. How you doing on a Tuesday night? Do have some Major League Baseball, Red Sox, Tigers. I was peeking in on that in the break. Pacers lead the Cavs. Oh, no, the Cavs lead the Pacers by 9 right now, late second quarter. Stars and Jets is about to get going. NHL and NBA playoffs have been great. Every night you got one sport or the other. You can put the double box on and watch both games at the same time.
Well, it looks like ESPN's reporting what I suspected. Sources, Mavericks plan to draft flag, won't trade #1 pick. So,
well, duh.
I don't think they're moving off that. You said the parlay a deal.
Well, I said to
give
try
them all
to.
your picks.
There's a hit by Jake Andreas. He's going to turn and head for second. It's going to be a lead-off double. And the Flyers, Jake Andreas trying to fire up the dugout after he stands at second. Now he'll come over and give his arm guard back. Good hit and going opposite field there, guys.
Yeah, that was a fantastic hit. Anytime you get those sent into right field in the right spot, I mean, a stand-up double is just about guaranteed.
Paul, you got to have context when you try to throw me under the bus. The context was if I'm the Utah Jazz, I would trade 4 first-round picks and try to land Cooper Flag after not getting the lottery to bounce their way.
Okay.
I didn't say that Dallas would do it. I said that you got to try to do it.
It was early when you said that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, you've been asleep for 48 hours straight, so wake up.
You know, the rumor is that Cooper Flag isn't very happy with Dallas getting the #1 overall pick because he's heard some rumblings about the way they treated Luka, and he's like, I don't know if I want to be a part of that.
No, there's no
That's
state
what I
tax
heard,
in
but
Texas. That
would be awesome.
Ding, ding, ding right there. You know, make millions more over the first rookie contract just by no state taxes.
He's got to keep his weighting in check, and he won't have any problems. I think that's the big derivation of Luka's problems with the Mavs was his weight.
Oh, my goodness. I can think of a million other reasons.
Well, I think that he was kind of pudgy when he was playing for the Mavs.
Yeah, well.
I mean, he's not in good shape. You're a multi-millionaire.
Defend that trade?
I mean,
you're going to defend that trade?
I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that they made it because of his physical fitness was lacking. And it lacked in the playoffs for the Lakers.
Strike finally called 3-1 count. I'll get back to baseball.
Larkin
I'll talk
here
some
digging
baseball.
in. Save it for the morning show, Paul. Dewey Gibb, now the pitch count after that last strike, 87. Clearly, Coach Seacrest would love him go to the distance, and he would be back available on Saturday if they could get to that best-of-3 championship series. Gibb, fresh baseball, Fabulous Freddy's foul ball off the bat of Larkin. Full count here, 3-2. Nobody out. Andreas leading off with the double. He's out at second. Larkin is the tying run at the plate. It's not too early to start talking about that. And Larkin takes a walk and then turns and fires up the dugout.
Just like that, 2 aboard, 1 on first, 1 on second, and you're looking at a guy who's been a really good hitter this entire tournament and in the playoffs with Marcus Benson coming up.
Yeah, already 1 for 1 in this game. He was part of that 4 hits in a row where they scored 3 runs back in the second.
Got hit by pitch as well, so he's been on base 100% here today.
Yeah, he's having a great state tournament. It was good yesterday as well, multi-hit game. Gibb will step off and chase Jake Andreas at second base back to the bag. Stars and Jets just got underway. I got to check in on some of the soccer scores tonight. You got a lot of home site soccer games in the 4A state soccer tournament tonight. Utah Tech baseball tonight, the NBA, the NHL.
That's right.
Good Tuesday night of sports content, isn't it, guys?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Real good.
Of course, everybody watching this game or listening to this game, glad you're with us here. You care about Snow Canyon and Dixie and these two programs that played for a state championship last year. And now they meet on a Tuesday after both teams won yesterday. Quick meeting on the mound after 2 straight balls from Dewey Gibb. Have you noticed Dewey running out of gas at all, guys, or does he still look pretty good? I'd put the gun on, but it died. Let me see if the battery's charged.
The eye test, he looks fine.
What do you think? I've had the gun off for a minute. Think I can get one reading out of it? What's the odds?
Let's see, yeah, maybe you can muster up one.
And the pitch, there we go, 81.
Yeah, there you go.
Not 87 where I had him earlier, but
the
still.
reserve battery power activated.
Yeah. I need to activate that on you. You got a reserve button?
Yeah, there'll be a Red Bull here.
3-0 pitch coming here. Does he groove one? He's taking all the way. A called strike, belt high.
That was a good look there. Just goes fastball down the middle.
83 miles an hour on the Intermountain Sports Performance radar gun. And fouled away. Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Thanks to the rink. Jimmy John's, keep those highlights coming in if you're out at local sporting events. We'll take a pause for the summer months, but we still got all this week and next week where state champions are crowned, and keep those videos coming in. Gibb, 3-2, lost him. Outside bases loaded full of flyers.
Wow.
85 miles an hour, and he just couldn't paint the corner.
And look, not just bases loaded, but look how many outs there are, guys. A big old goose egg, not a single one.
And here comes Reed Seacrest.
Yeah, it's probably about time to make that switch, I think. They do have someone over there in the bullpen that's getting ready to make their way out, so pitching change coming.
95 pitches for Dewey Gibb. Dewey will be lifted, and we'll talk about the new pitcher when we come back. 7-5, but the Flyers threatening with the bases loaded. Live on the Fan Sports Network, KSL Sports.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kalua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Hey, we did get a rink Region 9 update. Dixie, the Flyers soccer team, just won not too long ago. They beat Logan down at the stadium here. What, a 3-minute drive, would you say, from Bruce Hurst Field to Dixie High School?
Yeah.
5-1 the final score.
There you go. The number 2 seeded Dixie Flyers getting it done against Logan. fantastic win.
Yep. So shout out to the Flyers. High ball 1. Big spot here. Bases loaded. Get you the info here in relief. Dewey Gibb goes 95 pitches. He's been lifted. New pitcher is Chris. And Hudson Wright swinging and a miss. Strike 1, count 1-1. So Trent Chris, just a sophomore, 1-0 record, 6 appearances. 6 1/3 work, 12 Ks, 7 walks, and opponents hitting just 160 off of Chris, the sophomore. Trent Chris. Big spot for this young man to come into, huh, guys?
Absolutely.
Huge spot. Limited appearances and never an appearance as big and high leverage as this one.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. A win here keeps you on top and pushes you through with a better chance of heading on into a final.
High from Chris.
You want to avoid those double games as much as possible, right? Stay on the winner side of the bracket. You continue to win. You don't have to play the same opponent twice on Thursday, right? You have to potentially play that Thursday game or play 2 games tomorrow.
And fans kind of on the edge of the seat here. 3-1 the count now on Hudson Wright. In that Dixie soccer win, Kimball Carter, Taylor Cogan had some goals in that 5-1 win. Here the Flyers trying to rally back. They're down 7-5. Big cut. And Hudson Wright can't find the baseball on the barrel of the bat. Strike 2. Full count here. Trent Chris in relief, and there's no outs here. And time is called, and everybody will reset. Chris just kind of calmly towing the rubber, looking in. Cade Kelch, the catcher, flash the signs. He has the sign. The windup and the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. It's a Red Rocks Real Estate strikeout for Trent Chris and 1 out.
That's a huge pitch and huge out for this Warriors team, as you know, Dewey Gibb had kind of steadied the ship, but then kind of fatigued late in that appearance, and now the takeover here and the strong pitches to get that first out. Good to see that when you get a new reliever in. It's always good to see him get that first out for confidence reasons.
Pinch hitter, guys. Pinch hitter here. Do you catch a number there,
Number
Caden?
14.
Okay. So pinch hitter in for the Flyers. McGuire will pinch hit. In a 7-5 game, bases loaded, 1 out now. McGuire's a righty. Chris is a lefty. And this feels like a big, gigantic moment in this ball game. And this is a game that we've had some big moments already. Fastball, high ball 1. McGuire looking at the numbers for the Flyer. Haven't seen a lot of pinch hitters, but McGuire, a sophomore, hitting 200. Only appeared in 5 games. He's only had 6 plate appearances all year, so seldom used, but probably safe to say this young sophomore's biggest at-bat of his young career.
You know, I don't know if it's nerve-wracking or if it's exhilarating when you get a step up to the plate with bases loaded, but I would find it really fun personally.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch, high, ball 2. 2-1 the count now.
Now, back when I did play baseball in my much younger years, I was horrible at bats. So I don't know if I actually would have found it all that fun or not, but still would be fun.
McGuire steps out, steps back in. Trent Chris in relief of Dewey Gibb. Here's the pitch, 80-mile-an-hour fastball missing. And it's a 3-1 count. Nowhere to put the pinch hitter here, McGuire.
Gonna get something to hit here.
You'd love to throw a strike on the corner here. That would be ideal. The pitch challenged him, and it's fought off out of play. A fabulous foul ball, but almost caught. Trayvon was giving chase and almost got to it.
You know, had he put his glove an extra foot out, he probably could have got to it.
Man, he was in position there.
Give him some go-go gadget arms, and he gets there, but that was just out of reach.
So everybody resets. Count will move. It's 3-2 now. Full count. Here comes a payoff pitch and a chopper hit through the right side. 1 run will score. They'll put the brakes on and the base is loaded, and it's 7-6. Snow Canyon clinging to a 1-run lead.
Wow. Hey, you know what? Send it through the gap. He throws the barrel out at it, hops over the ball on the trek over to second base as well. Bases continue to stay loaded in it, just like that. 7-0 ball game. Guys, it's a 7-6 ball game.
Expect the unexpected, right? 7-0. You thought maybe it might be kind of a, and the starter goes out in the first inning, MacArthur. So it was against all odds, Dixie making this comeback.
Brandon Lyon's going to call time and stroll out of the Snow Canyon dugout. Here comes the pitching coach. Nobody scored in the first, like you guys alluded to. 7 runs in the top of the second for the Warriors. That made it 7-0. Dixie responded with 3 and left the bases loaded in doing so, but had 4 hits in a row and played at 3. Got 2 more in the fourth and just got 1 more moments ago. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The line score for the Flyers. 7 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Warriors. And remember, the Flyers are the home team here. So this is the bottom of inning number 5. We still got the whole 6th and 7th to go. And fans getting their money's worth here at Bruce Field on a Tuesday night in a Region 9 showdown on the winter side of the 4A State Championship baseball bracket. Home plate umpire, I apologize, I don't know or recognize who that is today. Is that, I don't think that's Remington Vader, is it? I don't think so. I'm trying to see. But he's kind of broke that up, and so now we're about to resume play. And Weston Gilmore back to the top of the order for the Flyers.
You know, Dad, this is a perfect example of it's never over until it's over, right? It felt like Snow Canyon had this thing in the bag just to go into the 3rd inning after having a 7-run second. But that's not the case. It's not over till it's over. Here we go, 7-6 ball game.
First pitch to Gilmore. Outside, ball 1. And everybody on the edge of their seat here at the ballpark tonight. We still got 1 more game coming up next. That's Timpanogos and Crimson. I know some of the fans are probably getting ready for that game because, wow, it's supposed to start in a little over a half an hour. The way this game's pacing and the amount of pitching changes and, 13 total runs, 15 total hits, probably going to be a little bit late on the start time unless we get a flurry of, 1-pitch outs the next couple innings. Time called again as Trent Chris is going to talk with Cade Kelch. Just a 2-man meeting, and the home plate umpire is going to start walking out, and Kelch is done, and he'll trot back behind home plate. Larkin at third. That's Marcus Benson at second. McGuire, the pinch hitter, is over there at first. And here is the 1-0 pitch from Trent Chris, and that one's fouled out of play on an 82-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, imagine you're Trent Chris. I mean, you're a guy that's made limited appearances all season long, and all of a sudden you're thrust into a bases loaded up 1 in the state bracket. Man, it doesn't get any more high leverage than this.
Pitch, Gilmore lifts it, left center field. Both the outfielders converging. It'll be the left fielder, Cale Johnson, that makes the catch. They'll tag up. We're tied 7-7. It's hit deep enough to get the sac fly. RBI for Weston Gilmore. And we haven't settled anything.
Brand new game on the scoreboard. Yeah, I mean, this is incredible comeback by the Flyers of the resolve and the grit and just the team DNA. And it goes back to their leader, Chunner Nyberg, never letting this team give up. And here they are right back in this game.
And here is Hill with still runners on the corners, 2 outs. Dixie has never led. Can they take the lead off Hill's bat right here? Turley, last at bat, went yard. He is on deck. Trent Chris, first pitch to Hill. Popped him up. That's going to slice towards the bullpen area over there. And Trayvon tracks it down and makes the catch for out number 3. So we go tied to the 6th here at Bruce Field in a Region 9 showdown in the 4A Baseball Championships. 7-7. 2 runs on 2 hits. They do leave 2 out on their base. No errors, and we are knotted up when we come back here on the Fan in KSL.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Today's game is brought to you.
Anything. We welcome you back here to the ballpark. Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. I'm getting every ounce of the battery off the radar gun, guys. There you go. I turning it off for a second so I can conserve. And both these teams going deep. McGuire stays in the pitch. And Carter Turley's going to trot out for a couple of words. Jake Andres had a couple of words of encouragement. 7-7. Coach Sechrist just got on his horse and jogged down to third. That's kind of a tradition for Coach Sechrist. He always hustles down to the bag. I don't know if our camera caught that, but he's always done that where he's getting slower over the years. He'll joke with you about that. He was joking with us the media day a couple years ago about that. And first pitch in for a strike at the knees. And it's 0-1 here to Cade Kelch, who's leading off for the Warriors. Momentum, Dixie kind of has it, guys. Dixie's kind of had it here in the later stages. Snow Canyon had it early. Dixie has fought back to tie this game. McGuire rocks, fires, fouled out of play. And it's 1-2. Kelch will step out. Step back in. Getting that grip just right on that barrel of the bat. McGuire fires, looped into right, going back on a run. Hudson Wright beats him over the head. Benson gets to it first. It's going to be a triple. The throw is not going to be in time. A sliding triple by Cade Kelch, and the Warriors strike right back with a leadoff big-time hit.
And he's got the bow to the dugout as they are going crazy over there for the Warriors, and rightly so. Man, the perfect placement of that ball between the 2 outfielders, and he gets on his horse and gets going around the bags for a triple.
Now listen, runner on third, no outs in a tied ball game. I mean, this is the stuff that they are hoping for in these moments, right? This is the stuff that you live for in these moments, is trying to get something going. You haven't seen a score since the 2nd inning.
And guys, did you notice the wind?
Yeah, it's blowing
straight out.
Straight.
And that's why I think that ball got all the way to one hop off the fences, because they just kept traveling because the wind has switched directions.
Yeah.
It's been kind of blowing out to left. It's taken some turns straight in, and now it is blowing straight out here. We live in this giant bowl in St. George, and the wind shifts quite a bit. Breaking ball. And that one's lifted, same direction out there in right field. This time, though, Hudson Wright makes the play. So Larkin's back at short, Hill's back at second, and Hudson Wright is now in right field with the defensive changes.
But also just like that, Snow Canyon takes the lead on the tag-up runner. It's an 8-7 game.
Sack fly, really good job there.
Got it deep enough. That was the key there. As
Trayvon picks up the ribby.
Trey's had a good day, too.
And Trey's just a junior, right? Just a junior.
Just a junior, yeah. Saw him. He's a great football player, too.
Diesel Lee. Inside. Little chin music. Ball 2.
Good called strike right there for the young pitcher. I mean, how about Mighty Mites here? Take a look at this pitcher. He's not the most commanding person on the mound, but, man, he's got good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, mention his numbers. Mention him as a hitter, hitting 200, but worth going back to the statistics. It's not a big sample size for McGuire, but most of it was in JV as far as the pitching goes, guys. Because I haven't seen him all year. Have you, either one of you seen him come in? I don't think he's pitched in varsity. Just been a pinch hitter.
And that's the element of surprise in the bracket play of the state tournament is some of these guys I feel like you don't see all year, and they're kind of stashed for moments like this where, yeah, they may be inexperienced at the varsity level, but they've got good stuff, and you've never seen it.
This 1-1 pitch ripped out to Benson, who tracks it down in the alleyway in right center field for out number 2.
That's just pitching to contact, and it took a long ride, of course. I mean, it got a little scary, but fielded, and we got 2 outs here and 1 more out away from getting the Flyers back to swinging the bats.
But that Cade Kelch triple and then that sac fly by Trayvon has given the Warriors the 8-7 lead, but still just top of the 6th right now. That one down low, ball 1. This is Hansen, Talon Hansen. Hansen 1 for 2.
Definitely hope for both of these teams still. I mean, what looked like, again, Snow Canyon was going to run away with it, right? It felt like that. But they chipped away 3 runs in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th to tie it up.
Pitch fouled off down the third base left field line, out of play. Another Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Don't forget those coupon books still on sale. Get a 10-pack, 30% off, and 1 free the day you buy that 10-pack of washes. Get your favorite inside out to Southern Utah Fabulous Freddy's. Inside and a called strike, even though Hansen was trying to sell that he was getting out of the way. Starting to see some Crimson fans slip into Bruce Hurst Field.
Got him.
And they'll appeal. No, he does not go. Turley asked for that one pretty early. He thought he might have offered at it. Down that third base line, that umpire says no. That safe signal. So full count here. McGuire rocks, fires, fouled straight back.
And you just don't want to lose this. You don't want to lose Talon Hansen here. I mean, 3-2 count. It's as easy to strike it, or it's just as easy to let him off the hook here than it is to strike him out. So this pitch huge for both teams here.
Here's the pitch. McGuire working quickly. Shot to short. Larkin backhands it. The throw across the diamond in time. So the Flyers do surrender the lead back to Snow Canyon on that sac fly by Trayvon after the triple by Kelch. And Snow Canyon has the lead again, 8-7, when we come back for the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Fan Sports Network and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah. Ball tournament so far. There's been some tight ones. Both these teams kind of cruised yesterday, though. But this one is not going to be decided until it's over. It's one of those games. Both teams playing well enough to win, but only one will, and they'll stay on that winner side of the bracket. It's not an elimination game if you're just tuning in. Both these teams winning yesterday, so the loser will play Ridgeline tomorrow at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And Trent Chris staying on the pitch, missing on the first pitch. And then that one way outside. So 2-0 the count here on Carter Turley, who took one over the left field fence earlier in this game for a 2-run bomb.
Really was a big driving force in the Flyers making the comeback that they have in this game.
Trent Chris taking a long time now. He has the sign, and that one's a chopper foul. Pretty good hustle out of the dugout by one of the Flyers role players. Got some good wheels. 8-7 Warriors lead. Flyers, though, the home team here getting their ABs to fire up the bottom of the 6th inning. Trent Chris fastball strike at the bottom of the K zone. 2-2 the count.
I think what's been extremely impressive to me from Dixie really has been the bats. They've hit really well today. They haven't fully capitalized on it. You know, they've left bases loaded. They've left too many guys on, but they have been hitting really well. If they can continue to do so, they could still win this game.
Swinging a shot that gets over shortstop, and that's a leadoff single for Carter Turley, who's swinging a really hot bat here. He's now 2 for 4 on the night.
Right on cue, right? Talk about getting hits, and there's another one.
Turley, a guy that leads the Flyers in stolen bases as well, so he might be out and thinking to run here.
2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and a run scored for Carter Turley. And here is Carson Hunt. Carson popped up to Cade Kelch, who made a great play near the suites behind home plate. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch swinging, slow roller. And the toss over and covering is Trent Chris. Great cover by the pitcher.
Yeah.
And that is out at first base. They do move the runner Turley down to second on the fielder's choice.
Really good athleticism by Trent Chris getting over there. I mean, not a lot of time as screaming down the line. And makes the play, though, for the first out. Big out.
Good shot there over on the replay. And Trent Chris now staring back in, ready to go to work here on Jake Andreas, who's 2 for 3 in this game. Jake, who pitched yesterday in the victory over Ridgeline, doesn't want that to be his last ever start as a Flyer. And he takes strike 1. Jake 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Doesn't have an RBI, but a couple runs scored. And a multi-hit game. And he's got another hit, it looks like, but it's going to stay in the air long enough to a streaking Talon Hansen in right field, who gets that ball, cuts it off in the alleyway, and makes the catch.
Wow. We see here on the replay, we got the tail end of that one, and the turn and throw to keep the runner at second. Wheeling and whipping it to second base. That was an athletic play there.
When I think the wind helped him get to that and cut it off to where it was like head high. He didn't even have to dive for that ball. Again, the wind is now blowing straight out to where home runs are definitely in play here. Here is Trent Chris in relief of Dewey Gibb. First pitch swinging and a miss on an 82-mile-an-hour fastball. Max Larkin can't find the barrel on the ball.
Great cut there. Just off the underside of where the ball was at. He tried to get it, but it was just a little too high for him. So good pitch, good swing of the bat, 0-1 count.
Trent Chris fires. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike two.
Oh, that's so tough. You know, you want to protect the zone, right? And I think sometimes in these situations, you just got to commit to it and just got to go for it. You don't want to be drawing up strikes on check swings.
That's right.
As a coach, I'd rather see you take a chop at it and miss it than go check swing and get called for that.
Sure, I agree with that.
And the pitch, and it's chopped foul down the third base line. A Fabulous Freddy's foul ball.
Nyberg making a play out there on it. Coach Nyberg making a play on that foul ball.
Snow Canyon leads Dixie 8-7. Bottom of the sixth inning, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. That's Carter Turley. Single that advanced on the fielder's choice. Check to swing again. Did he go? No, this time they say no, he did not offer it. I thought he went more that time than the previous time.
Yeah, me too.
That was close. That was close.
Yeah.
The fans were ready for it. They were asking for it.
And here comes the 1-2 pitch from Trent Chris. And a swing and a pop-up, shallow center field. And Braden Rivera coming in and makes the catch. Snow Canyon keeps the lead. That leadoff hit by Carter Turley. They can't do anything with them. And we go to the 7th. 8-7 Warriors with the lead here on the Fan Sports Network, KSLSports.com.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders. Our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
3 outs away from a win for the Warriors. And a couple runs away from a walk-off win for the Flyers. It's all presented by UCCU, love where you bank. And the Boulevard, making your house more like home for 50 years. Buy smart, buy at the Boulevard. First pitch, a good one by Trent Chris. Strike one. Here comes pitch two. Swing and a miss by Marcus Benson, who is 1 for 1 officially in this game.
He was scorching hot yesterday, Benson.
Been good again today.
Yeah.
Benson, Wright, Pryor. So 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here before they get back to the top of the order for Coach Chunner Nyberg and the Flyers. So bottom of the order production, paramount here. Need to get a couple of these guys aboard. 1-2 pitch from Trent Chris, and it's lifted into center field. Going back, and it's over his head. It's over his head in center field, and it's a stand-up double by Marcus Benson.
Wow.
And the tying run is now at second base.
I mean, that's one of those where out in center field, you feel like maybe it's going to come in on you. But remember, the wind is now pushing out, so you got to expect that ball's going to just keep on flying when it's hit. So you got to be ready for that ball to keep sailing on you. And he just wasn't prepared for it out there in center. Let it keep on flying and went over his head. Great hit. Good start to this inning. Now the tying run aboard on second.
Here is Hudson Wright. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. Trent Chris has the sign. First pitch to Wright. Is it right time right now for the Flyers? Hudson is 1 for 3 in this game today. Had a multi-hit game yesterday. And he's got a runner in scoring position after that leadoff double. Trent Chris, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Just downstairs, 2-0. On the Nets on Fire pitch count, building champions on and off the court. Huge basketball tournament this weekend. If you get all the details on the website, netsonfire.org. High school teams are welcome. 2-0 pitch coming from Trent Chris. And that one, top of the K zone, a called strike. His 37th pitch in relief of Dewey Gibb. Trent Chris has come in and done a nice job, guys, but he's still got some work left to do. He's thrown 2 innings, given up 3 hits, no runs, 1 strikeout.
I don't think he's felt the pressure as much as he has right now.
And that's a fabulous Freddy's foul ball straight back. Coming up, the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. See if we can, are we going to try to get some coaches' comments, guys, in this one? This is a thriller. And then we'll hand out some awards. And then we got to spin it around again because we got one more game coming up next. That's Crimson and Timpanogos. Two-two pitch, and it's a bender, and he got him looking. Hudson Wright down, and a huge Red Rock Real Estate strikeout for Trent Chris.
Not just a strikeout, a backwards K. And, man, I think you got to swing in this scenario. I mean, late in this game, you can't go down without swinging. So that's a tough out for the Flyers.
Well, maybe he's sitting on fastball. That was a 69-mile-an-hour breaking ball that looked outside and then broke right back over the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, it's all about swinging at anything close. I get that, but, yeah, that's a tough pitch. You feel like it's coming inside on – or, yeah, outside on you. It just sneaks its way in.
Yeah.
Ball 182 miles an hour on the fastball there. Our first look at Trent Chris in a varsity game this year. Coach Sechrist, though, Brandon Lyon, the pitching coach, no problem going to him here in this situation. And, again, trying to close the door. Trying to get the win. They came back and tied it briefly, so he's in line to get the win if he can get 2 more outs without giving up a run.
Easier said than done, right? It is going to be really tough to either A, close this out, or B, get another run, or get a couple of runs even. I mean, both of these programs right now kind of feel like they have their back against the wall in the bottom of the 7th. And for the Warriors, it's more the fact that they have the tying run on second. And for Dixie, it's that they want to close this out and not have to send it to extra innings.
Yeah.
Here comes the 3-0 pitch, and right down Broadway, there is a strike. Much-needed strike there for Trent Chris on Crew Pryor. Or, excuse me, on McGuire. McGuire staying in to hit. Back to the top of the order after this.
You might as well let him. His only at bat, he was able to get a single.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
And walks him.
And lost him. Yep, 2 on, 1 out. And back to the top of the order. So the 7, 8, 9 guys do a pretty good job there, fellas.
They do.
Yep.
Set the table great for this top of the order coming up. And now
Weston Gilmore will step in.
Hey, a double walks this game off.
Yeah, that's right. Trent Chris also 2 strikeouts wins this game. So he can keep it in his hand as well. So both teams have the ability to control their own destiny here.
This is what I love about baseball. A double, you could walk it off if he can get all the way around from first to home, right?
Yeah.
A double play
over
also
too.
ends the game. I mean, we could see this game ending in a swing of the bat, and either one of these teams could walk away victorious from that single
and
swing
it's
of
been
the bat.
that kind of game. It's just been a premium game from start to finish, high drama, high intensity, and now we're finally getting down to the nitty-gritty, as they call it.
Now, they put a little faster guy over there on first as well.
Yeah, that's Louis Franco coming in to pitch run for McGuire, who's been pitching, so it makes sense. And you still got Marcus Benson at second. Weston Gilmore is the batter. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Gilmore has 2 RBIs and a run scored and a multi-hit game, so he's been great today. Can he do it once again? And now Franco is getting called back to the dugout,
and they're going to
go back to McGuire.
McGuire back out. Apparently, they weren't allowed to make that switch. Not exactly sure why they're not allowed to. I thought you were allowed one because he is the pitcher.
He hasn't entered before, has he? Let's see.
I don't think so, but McGuire's on the mound. So since McGuire's the pitcher, you would think he would be able to get a speed-up runner. But I wonder if it's where it's the last inning as well. I don't know.
First pitch to Gilmore outside from Trent Chris, the Snow Canyon pitcher. Misses. It's ball 1. Tense moments here at the yard. Tried that curveball and it broke too much. Here's pitch 2 to Gilmore, and it gets away all the way to the backstop, and everybody will advance. And now you got runners on second, third, with 1 out after a pass ball wild pitch there by Snow Canyon.
Wow.
Man, the craziness of this game. Now both runners being in a spot where if you get it in the outfield, you're probably looking at winning this game. So
yeah,
this is a huge. I mean, now they're gonna meet at the mound because they realize the levity of this situation as well.
Well, Dixie has 100% momentum right now as well, and so that is definitely playing into their favor. But, you know, it takes away the double play, so that's not up for grabs anymore. You have to retire this guy without moving the guys at second and third.
That's right.
So even a single over to, let's say, single to second base, they're going to try to go force out here as opposed to tie it up, I would assume, right? You maybe can hold that runner at third, but if he comes in to score, tied ball game.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Well, and Brandon Lyons going situational talk on the bump. Chandra Nyberg and Jagan Levitt, who comes running over from the first base coach's box, they're going over situational stuff on what they want. If this happens, here's what you do. If this happens, here's what you do. Everybody wants to be on the same page. Can't afford a mistake in the late innings with the game on the line.
And that's a big part of it. How aggressive do you get in the base paths right now? If you're Dixie, do you want to play an aggressive game of baseball right now and try to get those guys in? Do you want to play a little bit more conservative?
Well, the wind is blowing out, so anything's going to that's hit. If it's a hit, it's going to get to the outfielder quicker, but then they're going to be throwing back into the wind, which is going to make it a tougher throw. Yes. So I would think on anything through on the ground or in the air that gets down, you're going to try to score that runner from second base.
And I would even say, even if it's a shallow fly ball and they go sack fly, you be ready to tag up because who's to say that throw is going to be on the mark? It's going to be really tough.
And now time called by our home plate umpire, and they're going to walk Gilmore.
They would rather have the forced out. They want to force out, and Gilmore's a tough bat, so not surprising that they'll just
I agree with that decision.
And now Colton Hill will step in.
I mean, he's a dangerous hitter, though. I think he's the second leading average on the Dixie Flyers.
Who's that?
Colton Hill. 405.
Colton Hill, 439. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Hunt, 512. Hill, 439. Gilmore, 388. But they want to put the double play into play.
That's exactly
it. Wasn't picking the bat or one or
right.
the other. It was more about just having the double play.
Yep. So here is the pitch, and Hill pops it up. It's going to be catchable, and they're not going to try to score the run. It wasn't hit deep enough. It was about 45, 50 feet away from first base, and that's out number 2.
Wow. Wow. Okay, you know what? Snow Canyon was just gifted a miracle right there, because now they have a force out at any base, and they don't have to go double play.
I mean, how many foul balls have we seen over there that have been dropped or misplayed? But that one played perfectly for the out in the 7th inning. I mean, couldn't draw it up better if you're SC.
And maybe just a little bit, for the magnitude of the situation, a little quick swing. Maybe we like to see a couple pitches there if you're Hill. He liked that first pitch, though, tried to jump on it and just couldn't handle it. And now the stage is set for Carter Turley, the University of Hawaii commit, the senior catcher, who is 2 for 4 today. He's already hit a 2-run home run. Can he go and walk it off here with the bat in his hands? Trent Chris, Warrior pitcher, breaking ball stays outside, ball 1.
And I think there'll be some caution here with this at bat. Turley can swing the stick, and he's a senior. He's going to take his time with this at bat. He's not going to go, as you see, first pitch swinging.
But you got to throw strikes because Carson Hunt's sitting on the wings.
That's right.
If you walk him, it's tied.
That's right. There's nowhere to put him. You got to pitch to him.
And there's a fastball and a beautiful located pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-1 now on the Nets on Fire pitch count.
That's what you want, right? You want to pitch the zone. You want to try to get the strikes called where you can. Pitch to contact. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs. Bases loaded.
Dreams are made of this. Breaking ball doesn't quite get back over the plate. Ball 2.
Yeah, it took a dive a little too early there. I believe that might have been a changeup.
Yeah, that was. I got that one at 55 on the gun. So
yeah, and it just died on him a little too early.
Bases are loaded. Snow Canyon leading 8-7. Flyers, bottom of the 7th, 2 on, or full count. No, excuse me. Bases loaded. On the 2-1 count, it's fought up out of play. So it's 2-2 to Carter Turley.
Warrior fans realizing that it's the last strike, making some noise.
Man, my heart's pumping. I can't imagine what's going on the mound right now.
Yeah, the Warrior fans starting to chime in a little bit. They realize down the last strike, the Flyers ready for a big moment here as well.
Trent Chris is going to rock and fire here. The 2-2 delivery, and it's a full count just outside.
That's okay. Hey, I'm okay with that. You know what? If he takes it swinging because he's trying to swing at something high, that's not a bad pitch. You had one to give, you gave it. But now
the payoff pitch.
It's time for the payoff.
Stage is set. Full count. Bags full of Flyers. Turley will step out of the batter's box.
A little posturing, as it's taking a while to deliver the ball as well, so I don't blame Turley calling time there.
Big moment here. Can't blame a guy for calling time. Carter Turley wiggling the bat. Right-handed batter, left-handed Trent Chris, and it's a foul ball, and we reset.
Of course it's a foul ball, right? Everyone's on the edge of their seat. Might as well stay alive here. 8-7 ball game in the playoffs.
Full count. Flyers, Warriors split in the regular season. Turley back in the box. The reliever, Trent Chris, left-handed pitcher, ready. Full count pitch. And lost him. We're tied.
Wow.
Ball 4, 8-8. We are tied up here at Utah Tech University between the Flyers and the Warriors.
That's just one thing you couldn't do.
And he did. That was close.
And he wanted the call. He was kind of sick about the call, but I thought that was a pretty good call. I thought that was a ball.
It was a little high. But not much.
Not much. I mean, I know it was tight, but I thought it was high on initial look, and man, crazy.
Stage is still set. Now, Snow Canyon, they've got to recover. They've got to try to find an out here and play for extras. Dixie, though, Carson Hunt, the sensational sophomore, a chance to walk it off here. Again, nowhere to put him. Base is still loaded. Trent Chris. And here's the delivery. Breaking ball and a good pitch for a called strike one.
Snow Canyon still has a chance, right?
Absolutely.
Innings.
Extra innings, unless there's a hit here.
68 miles an hour and perfectly located there on that curveball. I don't know how Carter Turley took that last pitch, guys, to draw that walk. 82 mile an hour fastball, strike two.
Man. Be a massive win for the Warriors to get out of this inning.
Yeah, it really would be, but they have to capitalize on the other side of it.
Trent Chris, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him, strike three. We're going to extra innings.
My goodness.
We are going to extra innings, 8-8. They strand three, they do get one. Carter Turley picks up another RBI on a walk, and we got bonus baseball between the Warriors and the Flyers. We'll collect our breath, come back with the top of the eighth after this on the Fan in KSL.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
We're going to extra innings here, and it'll be the number 2 batter, Andrew Lyon, to lead things off. And, you know, the good news is bonus baseball. Nobody's lost yet. The bad news, you got to roll out a bunch more pitches, and who knows how long this game could go. But, man, expect the unexpected. It's certainly been that game. Snow Canyon jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Dixie tied at 7-7. Snow Canyon takes the lead, and then Dixie ties it. And now Andrew Lyon just got plunked.
You know, he throws the bat, whether that's in frustration or not, I don't know. But, you know, I think in this scenario, you kind of want to be the hero. You want to get bat on ball, hit a double, triple, a home run, right? You want to do something big. But honestly, the biggest thing you can do for your team is just get on base, and that's what he did.
That's right. Start the line moving.
Here's Cade Couch. Tripled the last time he was at the plate. And he's swinging a hot bat, but this one he hits right to right field and coming in and making the play. Pretty easy routine play. It's just with the wind blowing out, you don't know. Sometimes it can beat you, sometimes. But with like you pointed out earlier, Caden, it's completely switched. So, you know, the position players, especially in the outfield, have to adjust. And
yeah. And, I mean, they're out there in the field. They feel it. They know what's going on. But a good heads-up play out there in right field almost made the play into first, too. It It was very close with Andrew Lyon not tagging up. He had to get back to first.
McGuire. Strike one.
Good break on that, huh? Came right back across the plate.
Trayvon. And that one outside and away. Good stop there by Carter Turley.
Turley done some really big things for the Flyers in the later innings of this game, and probably the biggest reason they're in this game, his patient at bat.
Chopper to third. Great glove by Andreas. Could be two. The relay over to first. Uh-oh, gets away. And Vaughn slips. And does he turn and go? Yes, he does. And the Flyers get out of it with a double play the unconventional way because Trayvon slips. And Coach Sechrist is looking at the line, racing out to point at the umpire saying he slipped and fell. He's not making an attempt to go. And we got to see that again, guys.
Yeah, we just saw it there. We can check it out one more time.
He does turn, but that's a normal tendency. But does he cross the line? That's the argument Coach Sechrist is probably
let's check
fighting
it out
for.
one more time. So you got the play at second, throw to first. That was off the mark.
He turns to go.
He turned to go.
I think he turns to go.
Yeah, he did.
I do think that was
He
the
fell
correct
down
call.
after he turned to go.
Because that's why he fell down, was because he was turning to go.
Is it a situation where if Trayvon just walks back to the bag, no big deal, but because he tried to race back to the bag, it made it look like he was attempting to go? His knees were in foul territory. His torso and arms were in fair territory, like half and half is what I saw.
Yeah, it's tough because I think the way the rule is written is that if you have intent, I could be wrong, but I think it's if you have the intent to go, if you show intent to go to second base, then you are putting yourself as a live runner at that
That was a
point.
healthy round that he made there.
Yeah.
He rounded that bag pretty healthy there.
So the Flyers get a double play there. They end the inning after they hit Andrew Lyon, and now the Flyers got a chance to go chase one to win it here. Trent Chris is going to stay on to pitch. I want to thank some of our great sponsors. We'll keep it right here. We're breaking that play down, and we're about to resume play here. Appreciate Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. Every animal deserves a loving home. Come take a tour in Kanab, Utah. Great for a weekend getaway, and take home your new best friend. Cats, dogs, rabbits, horses, all kinds of different animals, reptiles. They've got it all at Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, Kanab, Utah. Appreciate some of our other great sponsors. Finley Subaru will pick a star of the game. We'll also name our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. And we've had some big plays, guys, but I think the biggest play is still coming in a tie game in extra innings. We'll also hand out another award, our Jersey Mike's Sub of the Game. And it is Jake Andreas set to lead things off for Dixie here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So here we go. It's the intent to go. And so I think you're probably right. I think they, by the letter of the law, made the right call there.
Yeah.
Because he tried to go and then lost the footing.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure because of where he fell out, like half on the line in the field of play and half his body was in foul territory. That's what threw me off on that last play that had Coach Sechrist challenging the call.
And I get it for Coach Sechrist. He's defending his guy. But if he saw the replay we saw, it'd be a little more evident to him, I think. But he's doing what he needs to do as a manager, covering for his guys and fighting for them. And a tough call in this kind of game.
And that's a fly ball out into right field, running hard, getting over to it is Talon Hansen, and he makes the out.
Wow. Hey, that's what you got to do if you're Snow Canyon. You couldn't get any sort of capitalized movement in the top of the 8th. You've got to close this one out and keep it scoreless here in the bottom of the 8th.
And first pitch called strike. Boy, oh boy, I'm just turning into a spectator at this point in time, guys. This game is fascinating.
It really is.
Region 9 rivals, big implications. A win tonight propels you into tomorrow night. If you win that one tomorrow, you're straight to Friday. You don't have to mess around with any game on Thursday. And you're into the championship series. Flyers and Warriors know how to get to the championship series. They were both in the title game last year with Snow Canyon winning. Of course, Dixie's last state championship. Oh, and there's a hit. Max Larkin, Mighty Max, rips it into left field. He's going to stop at first. It's a one-out single for Larkin.
Larkin was the one who stabilized him on the mound, and now he might give him a chance to win in the later innings as he's the man on with one out. And an opportunity here for the Flyers. They're already through the top half. If they score here, it's sudden death. They win. So they need to piece together something here, not give the Warriors another frame to take the lead on them.
Coach Nyberg in his first season as head coach, taking over for Danny Ibsen. Flyers have had a storied history. Played for it last year, came up short. They want a shot again this year. They got to find a way here, even though this is not an elimination game. And 2-0 the count. That one just upstairs. Of course, Coach Sechrist, 21 years, head coach of the Warriors, took over early 2000s and 2004 and 5 state championships, including last year's title, the defending champs. 2-0 pitch called strike, nibbled on the corner there from Trent Chris. Those of you tuning in expecting in 7 minutes, Crimson Timpanogos, it's going to be delayed. We're in extra innings. And a shot into center field. Aguero is under it, and that is out number 2. Larkin has to go back to first.
Hard hit ball just right at the center fielder. Not much else you can do. Hung up and easy pop fly out it turned out to be, but loud sound and good contact off the bat, but just not enough to find the outfield grass and move the runner.
And Chris, first pitch there outside, 1-0.
Need to cobble something together here. A 2-out rally if you're Dixie.
Big swing and a miss there from Hudson Wright. McGuire is on deck. Wright has been tremendous. Can he come up clutch again? You need to get a runner in the scoring position, I think. If you're Dixie, your chance to put some more pressure on Snow Canyon, get a runner over there, at least a second.
After doing some research, guys, on that controversial twist over to second, right?
It's the intent to go, right?
It's if the runner turns towards second base due to the umpire's judgment, makes any movement indicating an attempt to advance, and then is tagged out. So it's up to the umpire, basically, and the umpire said, we feel like he went.
Yeah, well, he did.
Yeah. So,
I think that's the right call, clearly then.
Yeah.
Because he kind of took a wide turn. It's just he slipped, and that's what kind of threw me off because half the body was in fair and half the body was in foul territory. But it's the intent. So the ump's got it correct. And that's going to do it for the inning as that one's off the bat of right and a fly ball out there to Hansen, and he collects it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base, no errors. 8-8. We go to the 9th when we come back, trying to settle a Region 9 battle in an instant classic here on the Fan Sports Network.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
It's been fun, and it's not over yet. We're back. If you're tuned in late, Snow Canyon took a 7-0 lead after the top of the second, where they scored 7. Dixie would respond with 3. Add 2 more in the 4th. Flyers add 2 more in the 5th. And all of a sudden, we're tied. And then in the 6th, Snow Canyon retook the lead 8-7, only to see the Flyers get 1 there in the bottom of the 7th. Neither team could score in the 8th, so we go to the 9th here on the Fan Sports Network and KSL on the live stream. And still McGuire into pitch. And Diesel Lee is set to lead things off. McGuire, the third Flyer pitcher, he's now pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 strikeout. Trent Chris has now gone 3 innings in relief, 3 hits, 1 run. Ooh, crazy 8s right now. 8 after 8.
And crazy to think that this was a 7-0 ball game after 1.
McGuire, chopper foul off the bat of Diesel Lee.
That makes what Dixie's done even more impressive, because who would have thought the 7-1 or 7-0 comeback, tied in the bottom of the 7th. It's just the theatrics and the drama of this game. It's been there from the get-go.
It really has.
We've had everything in this game.
McGuire high. 3-1.
I mean, we're playing a full MLB game now, right? Yeah. 9 innings.
That's right.
Approaching 3 hours. And a foul tip, full count.
Yeah, we've been broadcasting this game for 3 hours and 7 minutes here. Pregame, of course, takes a big part of that. But
yeah, but it was only a 10-minute pregame, wasn't it?
Yeah, about a 10-minute pregame there. So we're about 3 minutes away, I'd say, from this being a 3-hour ball game.
3-hour game, yeah.
With no pitch clock. Think they'll ever adopt that at the high school level? Probably not.
Too expensive.
Popped him up, but hit into the alleyway in right center field. Benson goes over, and it'll be Benson that makes the catch. That wind blowing out, he kept going and going and going, but he tracked it down shy of the warning track for out number 1. So Diesel Lee flies out, and now Talon Hansen will be the batter with 1 away.
So the game, I mean, still tied up here at 8 apiece. Both of these teams, you know, it doesn't matter who ends up winning this one. Doesn't it just feel like both these teams feel so deserving of a spot in these playoffs? And
yeah,
I mean, it's going to be a tough battle for either of them. Obviously, not both of these teams, because this one's hit well.
77-mile-an-hour fastball, smoked to left, but right to Gilmore, who makes the catch, and 2 outs.
As I was going to say, though, both these teams can't make it to the championship. They're on the same side of the bracket, right?
That's right.
Someone's got to go home. Now, it doesn't have to be today. They're both in the winning side of the bracket. But tomorrow, someone will have to go home.
And
if not tomorrow, then potentially Thursday, of course.
Someone's heading to the losers bracket tonight, you know, after this game. So, and neither of these teams want to be on that side of the bracket.
Dixie, of course, already beat Ridgeline, but then Ridgeline earlier this morning, well, early afternoon by the time they won, they beat Bear River, knocked out the 7-seed Bear River Bears. Of course, Desert Hills, they bounced back after losing to Crimson 2-0 yesterday. They win today 14-1. So they'll sit back and play the loser of the game coming up later tonight between Crimson and Timpanogos. Breaking ball, trying to fight back towards the outer half, and it doesn't get there. This is Cale Johnson. 2-0 count, 2 outs. McGuire outside 3-0.
That second pitch of the at-bat was really close. Got the fans a little riled up that it was called a ball. It was definitely on the edge of the zone. Still 3-0 count.
And a fastball, but low. Lost him on 4 straight pitches, a base on balls by Cale Johnson. Good speed over there at first now with 2 outs for the Warriors.
That's a good guy to have on, right?
Got a rink score update for you. The Cavs are on the brink of elimination. 2 minutes to go. 7-point Pacers lead right now in the Game 5 in Cleveland tonight.
You know, at this point, Pacers might be my favorite to come out of the East.
Wow.
Thinking John Starks, Reggie Miller going to get in the broadcast booth if it's Pacers-Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, there you go.
Be great.
Get Charles Oakley, bring back Patrick Ewing, bring back Larry Bird. Just get all the all-time greats.
That's right. Oakley, that's a good pull.
Knicks Pacers.
Yeah, I like that.
0-1 pitch here from McGuire. Shot through the right side, and that's going to get into the outfield. Cale Johnson's going to keep cooking. Ball bobbled. Johnson's going to hold it third as the ball is finally into the infield. And now runners on the corners for Ledger Ship, who will come to the plate as the leadoff guy.
Wow.
Amazing there.
Dewey Gibb going opposite field.
Gibb obviously had the pitching performance, and now he's proven it at the plate here for the Warriors in the most clutch of times. He puts runners on the corners, and now they've got a chance, 2 outs, but just anything that they can get to the outfield should put a run home and take the lead here. So they just need something here from Ledger. Or I'm from who's up?
This one is Dewey Gibb.
Dewey Gibb, that's right.
I believe. Or excuse me, that was Dewey Gibb. This is Braden Mogavero.
Oh, Mogavero, okay, number 9 hitter.
Sorry, I was thinking we were back to the top order. That's my mistake. I saw Ledger heading to the plate, and I lost track of things.
Yeah, he was just coming to grab a bat.
Braden.
Mogavero's done a great job turning the lineup over all night.
1 for 4 officially tonight. Breaking ball stays back. Late swing and fights it off out of play. It's a fabulous Freddie's foul ball. So Cale Johnson's at third. Dewey Gibb is at first. 2 down and an 0-1 count. Flyers won state championships in 73, 74, 94, 95, 97, 06 under Jeff Messerly. And, I think they've got a lot of great memories over the years, but to add one this year in Chunter Nyberg's first year would be pretty special. We had a great coaching tree at Dixie. Jeff Messerly into the Danny Ibsen era, and now into this new era of Flyer baseball. And a shot through the right side, and that is a lead for the Warriors. Cale Johnson touches home. It's 9-8. All this happening with 2 outs.
Wow. Hey, you know what? That's what they needed, right? It's a 2-out rally. They got the 1 run they needed. Now, at this point, it's all about holding Dixie. Of course, insurance runs, fantastic, right? But you want to hold Dixie in the bottom of the 9th. And for Dixie, they'll know what they need to do once we switch over to the bottom. But at this point for them, they got to force out at any base. I feel like for Dixie, they're also putting themselves in a spot where it's not easy by any means, but they at least know, right? They know what they need to do.
Yeah.
They know what it's going to take to
They know the task ahead, right?
Yeah. And that's one of the pros for them for being a home field advantage team right here.
Or the home field advantage, I should say.
Yeah, even though, yes, Snow Canyon's the number 2 team in the state, they aren't the higher seed, but they did get the advantage for getting an upset win.
Ledger Ship now will step in. And the first pitch from McGuire, that's ripped by Ledger. This one going down the line, diving in, it's a foul ball. Inches foul, says the first base umpire.
Ooh.
That would have cleared the bases.
Would have.
Check it out here on the replay, guys. It had to have been close.
Let's take a look.
Oh, it was just foul.
Just foul, like that far foul.
It's the right call.
Inches, guys. They say it's a game of inches, right?
It probably was about 6 inches foul.
That that backs up the game of inches quotes you hear about.
Yeah, it really does.
Not
It really
feet,
does.
inches.
No, it was within a foot, we'll say, but it was close.
But I think the right call. I agree with you guys.
After watching the replay, it was definitely foul.
So just a strike and a shot to Hunt. Hunt blocks it with his body, goes over, touches the bag.
Great block.
And that's out number 3. But Snow Canyon has put the pressure back on Dixie. They have taken the lead, and they have a 9-8 lead. And we'll take a break, come back, see if the Flyers can tie it or walk it off and win it, or if Snow Canyon can get 3 outs and go into tomorrow on the winner side of the brackets. Take a break here on The Fan and KSL Sports. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh. Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the house.
Sit back and relax and enjoy the night a little bit more, and the pressure will mount for whoever falls in this extra inning contest. 9-8, Snow Canyon's just retaken the lead. Dixie has never led. They tied at 7-7, they tied at 8-8, and now they got to tie it 9-9, or even better, if you're Center Nyberg, go win it right now. And this is McGuire to lead things off. McGuire is starting to creep into being an integral part of the way this game is decided. With his pitching and staying in to hit. Foul ball straight back.
If that would have got over the net, Paulie was ready for
right
it.
here. I was getting out of the way.
He was ready to catch it. He was diving. I had my hands out. There's a window in front of us. Neither one of us would have got it.
That's right.
Trent Chris, by the way, is at 74 pitches, guys, in relief. And there's a shot and a base hit by McGuire. How about McGuire coming up clutch?
Man, honestly, win or lose for Dixie, he might have to be our Jersey Mike sub of the game, huh? The amount of work he's put in. He's a true sub of the game, too. Not in the starting lineup, doing a great job.
Johnny McGuire, second hit of the game. He's also got a chance to factor into the decision on the mound. And we'll see how it plays out. Here is Gilmore. Leadoff guy, back to the top of the order for the Flyers. Breaking ball and a good pitch there by Trent Chris.
Fantastic pitch. Broke right across. I mean, this is just one of those lefty-lefty battles that I'm excited about anytime we get them.
Gilmore, sophomore. He was mad when they walked him to load the bases up last inning. And that one just outside.
And that was circumstantial, right? The runners had advanced. It was already a 2-0 count. There was no force out. They just wanted to get a force out at play.
But I love it. He was mad. He wants to hit, right?
Yeah.
And now he's going to get his chance right here. Trent Chris, opposite field hit. Hit out there towards the track, going back on the track, and making the catch was Cale Johnson. So a fly out for Weston Gilmore.
Long
and
ride
Colton
for
Hill
that
will
ball.
come in.
Long ride to go to the warning track. A little scary there if you're SC, but get the first out. 2 more to go. Double play ball in play here.
Colton Hill ready to step in.
Man, what a game, huh?
Yeah.
This has been
A
phenomenal.
lot of theatrics in this one.
It was funny. I was talking to a number of people in between games briefly because there wasn't a lot of time between games. they're like, what do you think? I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a battle either way. And it has been exactly that. And quickly getting behind in the count here. First pitch, and he popped up last at bat. So Hill now is taking a couple balls. And he's ahead in the count here. And Trent Chris now, what, about 80 pitches here? And there's a called strike. 2-1. Nibbled on the inside corner, says the home plate umpire.
You know, that's one of the powers of a lefty against a righty, right? The ball kind of crosses from right to left, and so it can feel like it might be coming inside on you, but it actually crosses the front of the plate.
And another pop-up over there towards first. Trayvon calling for it, and he's got it for out number 2. So Snow Canyon 1 out away from a victory, guys.
Reminiscent of the last inning, right?
Yeah.
When it was bases loaded, 1 out away, and Vaughn comes over and gets out number 2. He's done it again. He gets out number 2 on a pop-up in foul territory.
Yeah, we've seen some massive plays made in foul territory today, and Carter Turley's sliding catch up against the screen, the 2 catches by Vaughn in foul ground. I mean, we've seen some plays over there.
So Carter Turley has got his hand all over this game, from the catcher position, like the play you just described defensively, to the home run, the 2-run bomb he hit. He's 2 for 4, and he steps in here with 2 outs, 1 on. So he represents the winning run. And the wind, guys, is blowing out a little bit to left center again. So it is helping the right-handed batter here if he could barrel one up. Trent Chris has other ideas. He needs an out to seal the victory in extra innings. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Flyers are down to the Warriors 9-8. 9 runs on 9 hits, 1 error for Snow Canyon. 8 runs, 15 hits, 1 error for the Flyers. That is your best friend's line score. Pitch outside. And remember, it was Turley that drew the walk and got the RBI there at the end of the 7th. It was a little bit high, but it was so close, you're almost like, how did he take that pitch? Really risky, but he did, and he drew the walk to tie this game and get it into extra innings. And that one high and lost him, so wow. Turley is aboard. And now it is Carson Hunt.
There's not one person you'd rather have coming up than Carson Hunt, your leading average, on-base percentage, home run guy. I mean, he's got just about every statistical category covered as a sophomore. So this guy's blooming into a superstar, and this might be his moment to ascend into that next level.
You're feeling walk-off, Paul.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
I feel it.
I might feel a home run here.
Hunt tonight is 1 for 4. Big swing and a miss.
He was looking for it.
Strike 1.
He was definitely looking for it there.
Tough pitch to go yard. A lot of 12-6 drop on that breaking ball from Trent Chris.
Fantastic pitch from Chris.
0-1 pitch coming here with 2 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. Snow Canyon leading by 1 run. Dixie needs 1 to tie, 2 to walk it off. Carson Hunt. One pitch, and it's just a bit outside ball 2.
Couldn't have scripted anything any better here as we've gone a couple extra innings now, bottom of the 9th. Dixie's power hitter up. They trail by 1 run. Tying run on second, winning run on first.
Here's the pitch from Chris, and just missing inside. So 3-1 to Carson Hunt. Big moment for the sophomore. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a drive into center field, and it is caught. Warriors win it. Warriors win it. 9-8 in an extra inning instant Region 9 Classic here from Bruce Hurst Field.
Wow. It is time to catch our breath. That is amazing how that game transpired from 7-0 Warriors to 7-6 to 7-7 to 8-8 all the way to 9-8 final. But we had a thriller on our hands.
We did indeed. What a game that was. Warriors come out on top. Hats off to Dixie, man. The Flyers played their heart out, trailing 7-0 after the second inning. They got back into it. They fought hard. 15 hits. Unbelievable.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll clean it all up. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show on the Fan Sports Network and KSL. The final, one more time on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. 9-8 Warriors win over the Flyers.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Today's game is brought to you.
Dentistry post-game show. Not going to be a long post-game show because obviously we got another game to get our books ready for, but we do have some awards to hand out. But guys, I just want to get your quick thoughts. I mean, I think we kind of summarized it throughout the broadcast. This one is one of those games nobody deserved to lose.
It's exactly what that was. No one deserved to lose. There were great plays on both sides. Snow Canyon with that second inning run, which was just absolutely unbelievable. But Dixie, the bats were hot. They might have left a few too many guys on. That ultimately was what sent them down in a loss in this game. Just too many guys left on base. But you've got to give them credit as well. They had a phenomenal game both in the field, at the plate. What felt like a game that was maybe going to be over and done with quickly turned into an extra innings ball game.
How about the bottom of the order? We talked about Hudson Ryan. We talked about Marcus Benson, how great they were yesterday, and they were good again tonight. But Cale Johnson, Dewey Gibb, Braden Magavero, these guys absolutely proved once again what you said in the pregame show, Paul. There's no soft spot in the Snow Canyon lineup as they get the victory.
That's right. They make it hard on every pitcher, whether it be the starter, the reliever, the closer, whoever comes in. This lineup is going to make you work a bunch of pitches. They're going to make you throw a bunch of different stuff, and they're going to spit on some stuff. And they're not going to exactly swing and be gung ho. And I think their selective batting nature really helped them win this game.
Let's get to some of the awards that we take care of here in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Let's start with the Findlay Subaru Star of the game. Let's name one for each team in a Region 9 showdown tonight.
Sure.
Guys, let's open up the conversation. I mean, a lot of guys had multi-hit games. Starter Dewey Gibb went deep. He turned it over to Trent Chris. You had a lot more guys see the pitching mound today with MacArthur than Larkin than McGuire. But I was very impressed with the back end and what McGuire did for Dixie and what Trent Chris did. They'll probably be in the running for our
subs,
Jersey Mike sub of the game. But let's start with our Subaru Star of the game, brought to you by our friends at Findlay.
I think for Dixie, I'll go Carter Turley. Just played a really good defensive game behind the plate and that 2-run home run, 2-for-4 performance. I thought he was really solid. So I'll go Carter Turley for my Findlay Subaru Star of the game.
Not to mention the sliding catch over here.
That's right.
Next to the backstop. I mean, that was a phenomenal play. I like it. Carter Turley's great. I agree with you on that.
If you're going to give one for Snow Canyon, who do you go with? I mean, we know the game-winning hit's probably going to be the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the game, and that was Magavero with that RBI hit there. That's that. But there's plenty of praise to go around when you win a shootout like this, 9-8.
That's right. I agree. I think Magavero deserves a lot of praise. But, man, there's a lot of guys you could go with here.
You could even go Cade Kelch behind the dish
Yeah.
as well. He had a phenomenal
Had some
game.
RBIs and some big hits. I like Kelch. I'll agree with you. You agree with me on the last one. I'll agree with you on this one, Cade.
Yeah, Dewey Gibb, multi-hit game, 2 for 5, 2 RBIs. You had Lyon, Kelch, Vaughn with the hit, and Vaughn had 2 RBIs. Mugavero had the game-winning RBI, goes 2 for 5 in this game. Certainly that hit is the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker player of the game. But yeah, Kelch, I love. He was probably going to get an award for that play he made behind the dish, and then obviously some timely at bats too. And we'll see more of both these teams tomorrow. Back here at Bruce Field.
We could even potentially see tomorrow night, 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, a potential rematch. Dixie's got to get past Ridgeline. That game's going to be 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, so be tuning into that one at 11. If Dixie gets past Ridgeline, then they'll play a doubleheader against then Snow Canyon at 4:30. So Snow Canyon plays the winner of that game, Dixie Ridgeline.
Yep. And then, of course, Desert Hills will sit back tonight, and they're awaiting whoever loses that game between the game we have coming up next, Timpanogos and Crimson Cliffs. And the same scenario for Desert Hills or whoever loses that game tonight. So you got the top half of the bracket duking it out. You got the bottom half of the bracket duking it out. And I love this format. It's fun to be a part of it. It's fun to broadcast it. And congratulations to the Flyers and the Warriors for putting on a show for everybody in the state of Utah tonight.
Absolutely. And if you were watching from somewhere other than Southern Utah and this was your introduction to what Region 9 baseball has been here in Southern Utah, this is it. This is it.
On
it's
a
always
nightly,
a battle.
weekly basis.
This is what we get every single week, and it's so much fun, and it's just that much more exciting to see it in the playoffs.
9-8 when the dust settles. Snow Canyon on a Braden Mugavero hit, and they are victorious. Big time. Special thanks to Johnson Pediatric Dentistry bringing you our post-game show. Dr. Cody and staff standing by. Those summer appointments do fill up fast, so with the kids getting out of school soon, make sure you call and ask for that new patient radio special where you get the cleaning, the exam, the x-rays for just $99 at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Thanks to Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Congratulations to Braden there with that game-winning hit as our playmaker play of the game. Congratulations, our Jersey Mikes. We went both guys in the pitching department. I thought Trent Chris gets the win on the mound. He was tremendous, probably the leading candidate there. But I liked what McGuire did, too, as our Jersey Mike sub of the game. And when you go to Jersey Mike's, why get one sub when you can have 2? I like the 99 when I'm going hot subs, and I like just the turkey provolone when I'm going with the cold sub. And, of course, a big shout-out to Finley Subaru, great partner of ours here, bringing you the star of the game. Go check out the all-star lineup of cars on the savings side of the freeway. All right, we got to go get lineups. We got to get books. Game 3 of the day down, 1 to go. Tune back in. Crimson and Timpanogos on KSL Sports. We'll get you back to radio programming for about 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll be back on with pregame show as we've got the nightcap coming your way. Again, the final, Snow Canyon in extra innings, 9-8 over Dixie. We'll be back, folks.